Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, September 30th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the number 9 Oregon Ducks, my Ducks, baby, versus the Stanford Cardinal. Kickoff is going to be here in just a couple minutes, and we just had one game end on the Pac-12 network, and we're about to get started. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Colorado USC was amazing, and I pumped out that reaction video already, and I am ready for this matchup. Obviously, the Ducks are going to be heavily favored in this matchup, but it is what it is. We got to make sure we get through the schedule, and you never know. Maybe Stanford will play a little bit better than we anticipate, and we got the Mariners that are going to be coming on in about an hour, so I will be calling both games at the same time, or at least giving updates at that time as well. Matt in the building. Go Ducks, baby. How are you? Let's get this. And it shows you, too, Oregon's dominance on defense against Colorado. And I think you and me and a lot of Duck fans were like, you know what? We don't have a defense. We don't have Kayvon Thibodeau. We don't have McKinley. We don't have a lot of really good defensive players. But what it showed you today watching USC and Colorado is that our defense is better than USC's. Like maybe Oregon State's defense is better or on our level. Maybe Washington's defense is a little bit better or on our level. But I feel and Utah's defense typically is halfway decent, even though they lost to the Oregon State Beavers last night. But Oregon's defense is really kind of the rock of the team. Everyone is going to mention Bo Nix. Everyone's going to mention Bucky Irving and Noah Whittington and Troy Franklin. But if our defense can play like they did against Colorado, against some of these upper echelon teams, we actually could win the Pac-12. Like, if you would have told me that at the beginning of the year, I would have said, you're fucking crazy. It's not going to happen. I know our team. I've watched this team. I went to Eugene. I went to go see Colorado. But I'll tell you what, every single week they've been improving a little bit more and a little bit more. And this isn't going to be a bandwagon statement, because I've been a Duck through and through. I actually do believe that the Ducks can win the Pac-12 or at least get to the Pac-12 championship against USC or Washington. They're the three best teams in the Pac-12: USC, Washington, Oregon. And then, then you've got the other teams behind them like Oregon State, Utah, who else? Oregon State, Utah, Washington State, and then a few others kind of sprinkled in Colorado. But I feel like the upper echelon, the top dogs are going to be Bo Nix in Oregon, Michael Penix Jr. in Washington, and Caleb Williams in USC. So we'll see what happens today, and we can't take for granted anybody that we have. Even if it's a Stanford Cardinal team that's 1-3, I'm not going to act like we're going to win by 40. Now, if we end up winning by 21 or more, great. But anytime if you stop getting focused, you can end up dropping a game that you shouldn't. And I know Dan Lanning has got them focused. I'm more of a Mario Cristobal guy, but Lanning is starting to rub off on me a little bit, especially if we can continue to get these dubs and then the defense can actually play well. So big facts. Let's go, baby. Sarah's in the building. What's good? How are you? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. Yeah, well, Nebraska sucks, so we already know that. So you would assume that Michigan would get the job done. And like I said, I did a poll this morning, and obviously the Mariners have to win these last two games. And I was really kind of torn, so I figured I'll do a poll. And I figured most people on the channel are football people; they're not really baseball people or Mariner fans, unless you're like Sauer or me or Reflect or one of the main people that is Mariners through and through. So, and I don't like missing Duck games. So I figured the Duck game is on an hour before. Once the Mariner game comes on, I can kind of call both, and we can go from there. But, it was a tough decision, but I think I made the right decision because, I don't want to miss out on Oregon football, but I don't want to miss out on the Mariners either. And then obviously the Mariners play tomorrow, and then we'll have to decide what we end up doing tomorrow. Am I going to do the Mariner game? Am I going to end up doing the Saints and the Bucks? Am I going to end up doing the Bills and the Dolphins? Am I not going to do any of the games and just do reaction videos all day and then maybe do the Chiefs game at night? So me and Sarah will have to sit down and have a discussion on what we think is best, for the channel and obviously for the reaction videos. And normally I want to bust out about 7, on a Sunday. But again, we have so many things that are going on that, if I do a morning game, you have to wait for those morning games to end. And so reaction videos can't even get started until 1:30 because that's when the morning games get done. The NFL puts out the reaction videos from the morning, so I can start doing those. And then I can decide if we want to do the Sunday night football game with the Chiefs and the Jets. Now, if Simeon is quarterback, it would be more interesting. But if it's going to be Zach Wilson, it's just going to be Taylor Swift on the screen a billion times. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. We know that the Chiefs are going to win by a shitload. So I don't really like missing out on the Chiefs. But we'll see. You know what I mean? Like doing these reaction videos have really been helping us out. And hopefully we can, get the right amount done. And even if that means I only do like 3, and then do a morning game and an evening game, I can do that. That just means I have to work harder on Monday and do a little bit more. So maybe 3, on Sunday, 7 on Monday, and then, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 on Tuesday. So it's a give and a take. So, like I said, you only have so much time in the day, and I want to sprinkle in some college football reactions, but typically I won't be able to do that until Wednesday after all the NFL stuff is done, unless I can get a couple done on Tuesday. It is what it is. We'll have to kind of wait and see on how that goes. Sarah with $1.99 to go. Appreciate you. Let's get it, baby. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $1 holla. 99 to go, baby. Let's go. And then, the thumbnail took me, about an hour and a half to do, but I think it turned out really, really well. And I still got the Stanford Cardinal here as logo as well. We got the little side to side. So when Stanford's got the ball, we'll hit up with the Stanford logo. And then obviously we got the dope Oregon Duck one that says Oregon Ducks and then morphs into the O, which is very, very cool. I can't wait for this game. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Win the day and let's go to work. And who knows? Like I said, everyone's talking about USC and everyone's talking about Washington. People are sleeping on Oregon a little bit, but not so much because we destroyed Colorado. And then to see Colorado almost come back and tie or beat USC, it shows you USC's defense is kind of like ours. It's not very good, but we're better than their defense apparently because we didn't give up that much. And yeah, I know USC was on the road and Colorado had to come to Austin, and so that was a part of it. If we had to go to Colorado, would our defense have played as good as it did last week when I went to the game? Probably not. Just let's be honest. We won 42-6. If we would have played Colorado at Colorado, maybe we would have won 42-21 or 42-24. I actually think that Colorado would have had more momentum from the crowd. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. But I definitely think our defense is playing a little bit better than anticipated, and thank God they are. Big facts. Let's go. Daniel in the building. What's good? And Dame Dolla's parade coming to Milwaukee. Air Whitey ended up sending me the link, so I'm kind of trying to watch that as well. Let's go. Megan with a $5. Appreciate you. Let's go. I don't know if you got a chance to watch any of that game. I did the reaction video. But like I said, it shows you the talent level, in the Pac-12. It's very, very close with each team. But you would hope that USC's defense and Oregon's defense and Washington's defense and all the upper echelon teams would play better. But we're not really known as a defensive squad, except for typically Utah. Utah is usually the only team if they have Cameron Rising, then obviously they'll feed off that, and he's been injured all year. But really, Utah is the only team in the Pac-12 over the last few years that's really known as a running team and a defensive team first, and then they can also throw the football and get some stuff done. As far as USC, Oregon, Washington, and everyone else, most of the defenses are average, above average, or below average. So, but at least you ended up getting the win, and Caleb Williams looks fucking great. I mean, Caleb Williams looks like he could be the next Patrick Mahomes. So regardless if he goes to the Cardinals or the Bears or wherever he goes, he may struggle initially, but you can tell that he's got the skill set to succeed, and I'm super excited to see what Caleb Williams can do. Hell, if Caleb Williams can come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I would be ecstatic, but I don't think I'm going to get him. And here we go. Ducks kick off, baby. Let me know what you want to see for photos, and I got you. $5 dono for Megan. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. We're at 6.94 to go. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you very, very much. And the defensive coordinator shouldn't annoy the hell out of you. It's just like with Oregon. Hell, we have Dan Lanning, who was the number one defensive coordinator in the country. When he was at Georgia winning national championships, and you have to have the players. If you don't have the players, it doesn't matter what your scheme is. You're not going to be able to stop certain college football teams if you don't have the talent. And USC's got talent, but they don't have as much talent on the defensive side, just like Oregon. We don't have as many players on the NFL side there. Get him! Nice run by Stanford there. Put up Stanford's little logo. And I'm not going to take this team for granted. And it's a lot harder to play on the road than it is at home. So you got to also understand if USC was at home like Oregon was and they were playing Colorado, that game wouldn't have been as close as it was, because even though USC's defense and Oregon's defense and some of the upper echelon Pac-12 teams, it may be suspect at times. When you're at home, you feed off that crowd. And I think that, in that game, you probably would have given up like 20, but it wouldn't have been as close as it was, obviously being at home in Colorado with all those celebrities there as well. So, yeah, Caleb is him. And honestly, Caleb, that I don't think we really realized how good he was. Like, we saw potential, and then he won the Heisman, and we know he was good. But like seeing how he's playing this year on top of what he did last year, I mean, he could end up being the next Patrick Mahomes. And hell, I hope he is, because that's going to be great for football. Big facts. Let's go. 3rd down and 1. Come on, Ducks. Quarterback keeper. Damn. 1st down. Stanford. Come on, baby. And I only got 1 chain left. I gave away 5 chains when I went to Autzen, to my boy Brooks, his roommate and his brother, as well as the lady, the female that ended up running the tailgate and was doing all the food. I gave one for her dog and her, and then my boy Dave for his birthday and a Mariota jersey. So, I wish I still had my 6 duck chains, but I can always get more from Brian. I can always either go to the duck store and purchase them, or I can hit him up and he'd probably just mail me some. So big facts. Let's go, baby. And I'll get you guys some photos here in a little bit. So we'll do Caleb Williams for Sarah, and then we'll do some Coach Riley for you also. Let's do it. Hit him. And anytime you're on the road, you're never going to play as good at home. And that doesn't matter what sport we're talking about. I mean, the vibe is different. People are booing you. You know what I mean? You're not in somewhere comfortable. It's not your stadium, and even the good teams that have elite defenses. I mean, look at Georgia and Alabama. They don't look like the Georgia and Alabama from a few years ago, even last year. Like, they look beatable. Like, this is the first year where the SEC does not look like they may win the championship. There is a legitimate shot from a Pac-12 or a Big Ten school that might be able to be in the national championship team this year. And we haven't been able to say that in a minute. I mean, hell, it's been Alabama and then LSU with Burrow, Jamar Chase, Jay Jetta, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then Georgia with all their amazing defensive players. Right? It's been Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and then only like maybe Clemson when they had Trevor Lawrence with Dabo Swinney. And then you got Michigan and Ohio State that's right below those guys, right? But typically they're not good enough to win the championship, only to get there. And then the Pac-12 is just kind of looking on like the Big 12, like wishing that we were good enough to be there. But it feels different this year. 4th down and 1. Yeah, did we stop them? Oh, that's close. That's close. Yeah, but it feels like there's a shift right now, and this is the best that Pac-12 has been as far as collectively as a conference, especially with the quarterbacks and the NFL talent that we have collectively. And then obviously you can't ever discredit Michigan or Ohio State either. So maybe we can actually get rid of Georgia and Bama out of the conversation and have them be like maybe the 3rd or 4th best, and then maybe there'll be a couple others that are a little bit better. So 1st down and 10, little end around, get him. There we go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, and obviously with licensing and whatnot, he's licensed through, the Oregon Ducks and through the NCAA. But as far as like, doing a metal version of an actual logo on the NFL side, can't really do that, for baseball, basketball, football, and hockey. Otherwise, there's like copyright, type stuff going on. But if it's like a custom thing like the 12, he can be creative with that, But like I said, I'm an idea guy, and we usually bounce ideas back and forth with chains and whatnot. So you never know. There could be something that some kind of original piece that that he could come up with. He's a very smart guy. Handoff, first down, Stanford. Come on now. Let's go. Odin's son with a three-er. Appreciate you. No Mercy tonight, too. And I like it that they did the promo based off the video game, like the video game intro on Nintendo 64. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Wrestling fans in the room have seen it, and it's awesome. It's got a little bit of the video game feel, and then it cuts into some like highlights of the wrestlers, little promos, then back to the video game, and then like the character select screen. Very, very cool. I don't know who got involved with that, Shawn Michaels and the team, but it is awesome. Odin's son with a three-er. Thank you, Odin. Thank you, Odin. I appreciate you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $3. Thank you so much. Let's go. Let me get some of these Caleb Williams things prepped and whatnot. Lincoln Riley's. Holding on the offense, thank God. And please, someone remind me when the Mariner game comes on because I got the link down below. But if I'm calling the game, but sometimes I get caught up a little bit. But please let me know when the Mariner game is about to start so I can turn that on also. I don't want to miss any of that. I mean, this is a must win, these last two games for the Mariners, if we want to have any chance to be able to get to the playoffs. All right, first down and 15. Play action. Get him. Get him. Wow. First down, Stanford. Move the chains. And I'm telling you, even teams that are 1-3 or 0-3, 0-4, if they play USC, if they play Oregon, if they play Washington, no one is gonna be excluded. Like, oh, blowout city, we're gonna stomp them. This is gonna be over. You never, ever, ever can take an opponent for granted, especially when you're on the road. And we already know the Pac-12 teams, even if one team's 4-0 and another team's 1-3, that doesn't mean anything. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Especially if you're in the conference with each other, you never know. They might bring their national championship effort against you. You know, just like the Cardinals beating the Cowboys. That was their Super Bowl. And they played like it. So that's big facts. So I'm not going to take this team for granted, but normally the momentum and the nerves is like early on, but then after, we settle in, we should be able to start rolling. But again, early on, Stanford will probably make this somewhat of a game within at least the first quarter or two. And then I think we should pull away either in the second quarter, second half, or maybe at the end of the first quarter. We'll see. And Oregon's defense is a little suspect, as you can see. Stanford's 1-3, but they're at home and they're rolling on us. Incomplete. Stanford fans are bitching that they didn't get the flag there. Third down for Stanford. And there's nothing better playing spoiler. Of course, when they see these teams at the top, they get jealous. California, Arizona State, Stanford, they get jealous of the top dogs in the team, Awesome. And I'll get you guys some photos here in a second. Get him. There we go. 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. There we go. Hold them to a field goal, maybe. All right, here we go. Joshua Cardi. Hopefully he can end up missing this. 37-yarder, right hash, right down the middle, and it's good. 3-0 Stanford. But I'll take that as a win. I will take that as a win. Okay. All right. So we want to do some Caleb Williams here. And, I'm a Pac-12 guy, and even though I'm an Oregon Duck, I'm not a hater. I mean, like I said, I love Bo Nix, but I really love Caleb and Michael Penix Jr., and it's just nice that we have so many quality teams this year, and it's just kind of sad that this is the last year the Pac-12 is going to be in existence, but at least we're going to go out with a bang. And on top of that, if we can end up getting USC Oregon or USC Washington or Oregon and Washington or whatever combination, it'll be exciting to say the least. So definitely rooting for all of the teams in the Pac-12. And I know most, Pac-12 fans probably wouldn't, but, I'm not built like most, Pac-12 fans or sports fans in general. Big facts. So there's a couple there for Caleb, and I'll get a few more. And then we got a little bit of Lincoln Riley here for you and for Sarah. And let me see if I can get a couple others here. But, I think for USC fans, the number one thing that we have to be really happy about is that Caleb Williams and Lincoln Riley actually left from Oklahoma to USC. Because if not, then we're not talking about USC as much. Like I said, it's just like with the Travis Kelce and the Taylor Swift and then Dion, with Colorado. Like I said, sometimes it's a blessing, when one guy actually gets an opportunity to leave his job at a good school at Oklahoma, even though maybe Oklahoma's not as big of a powerhouse as they used to be, but then also getting the quarterback that says, you know what? I like you, Lincoln Riley, and you know what? I'm going to follow you to USC. Let's go together and let's make something special. Just imagine if Lincoln would have left to USC and then Caleb would have stayed at Oklahoma, which he still would have been good, but I think he looks better in that USC, and I'm really happy that he's here in the Pac-12 with us. Big facts. Yeah, and definitely his merch, all his autograph stuff, like, even that mini helmet, a lot of the stuff is going to go up in value, and it's just going to be really exciting to see where his career is going to go. 3-0 Cardinals. Let's go. All right, let's go, Ducks. Our turn. Michigan State. Odinson, my boy. What do you want? You want some Stone Cold Jones? I was gonna put up either Notre Dame, photos for you, but I can put up Chris Jones. You want me to put up your quarterback for Notre Dame? I appreciate you. Bo Nix, baby. See if I can squeeze one more in here. I do multitask like a motherfucker, right? All right, Bucky Irving. Oh, he got stopped. There you go. Appreciate you, brother. And you already know Chiefs can't win a Super Bowl or even get to the AFC Championship game without this guy. He's just as important as Travis Kelce, just as important as Patrick Mahomes, just as important as Andy Reid. Big facts. Thank you so much for your support. Every dollar counts, regardless if it's $1, $2, $3, or more, baby. Go, baby, go. I'm going to put up a Notre Dame photo for you, too, with Hartman. I like him, too. And when I ended up doing that reaction video, I was actually kind of shocked. Oh, my keyboard just died. I got to charge it for a little bit here. It won't even let me go and type the things in on the Google page up above. So let me actually charge my keyboard here for a little bit, 3rd down and 4, and then I'll be able to hopefully throw up some other photos for you. Your oldest went to homecoming? Yeah, you getting old, bro. Bo Nix going long, going deep, 3rd and 4. Incomplete. All right, I got my keyboard plugged in. Oregon with a punt. See, it shows you right here. Yeah, we blew out Colorado, but we were at home. The energy in Austin is like so different than any other place. I mean, besides like Ohio State or Michigan, the Big House, or Alabama or Georgia. It's like when you end up coming to Oregon and Austin, we might only have 50 to 55,000 people, but we sound like we're 100,000. I mean, that's why we're normally in the top 4 as far as like stadiums. And the only people that are typically above us are schools that have 100,000 to 120,000 capacity. Oregon's only 50 to 55,000. So big fact. But once I get this keyboard loaded, I'll try to get some other stuff on here. Duke is a sleeper, especially when Ken Jong is there. His pre-show antics are amazing. I love him, man. And he's cool. He actually interacts with people on Twitter. Like I've actually got to interact with him a couple times. Chow, that's my boy, man. I haven't had too many interactions with like the famous people, but with Chow, Ken Jong, I've interacted with him. Derek Brooks, Demario Davis. There's a few. LaMichael James. So USC and Clemson, yeah. Yeah, that's so cool. That's awesome. And like I said, you thought it was awesome. Um, you thought it was awesome last year, right? You thought it was awesome last year, and then that whole experience, going there, and on top of that, to see the Seahawks also. And then he ended up winning the Heisman, so then it ended up making it a little bit more special. You're like, I know this guy's good, but then to actually cash in, with the Heisman and everything, then it's like it kind of starts to become a reality. And then you go into this year, and he's even better this year than he was last year. So, I mean, they're talking about him, being a generational talent. And like I said, we haven't had, too many guys that they talk so highly about, like Andrew Luck, when he was coming out from Stanford, they compared him to John Elway. And, the comparisons with Caleb Williams is Patrick Mahomes. So, and when you get a comparison where you could actually be like a Patrick Mahomes, that's the biggest honor that you can fucking get. Besides, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, but someone that is playing currently right now, that's the biggest honor that you can get. And if we can end up getting a Patrick Mahomes in the NFC, right, to match up Patrick Mahomes in the AFC, that would be sweet. So I think that even if he ends up going to a team that's not that good like the Bears, maybe he can be the guy to turn that franchise around. Sometimes you got to be able to have that fresh face, and hopefully you can get the right pieces in line. So if that means if Fields is out, or if the Denver Broncos end up getting him, it's probably not the most ideal situation. But if Caleb ended up going to Denver and he made Denver a powerhouse, that would be cool. Same thing with the Bears. Like, you got these shit teams, but they're not going to be shitty forever. So sometimes you need to have that superstar to, make you get better and to make them relevant. Because obviously people don't really give a shit about Russell Wilson in Denver. People don't give a shit about Justin Fields and the Bears. But if Caleb goes there, we're going to be interested and we're going to be rooting for him. So let's go. Let's go. First down and 10, 3-0 Stanford. Let's go. Yeah, but this doesn't surprise me with the little slow start for Oregon. Anytime you play on the road, I've been watching, since the 80s, and the same thing always happens. All the hype, oh, 4-0, 4-0. We stopped Dion, 4-0, right? But when you go on the road, it don't matter the record. Stanford's 1-3. They're not very good. They're at the bottom of the Pac-12 as far as teams are concerned, but still, at home, they can still play good football. There we go. Yeah. Well, I hear a lot of people on social media and a lot of people that are bitching and complaining about Dion and Taylor Swift. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Like I said, I don't understand why people are getting so upset. If anything, it's going to draw, more audience people to be watching the NFL and the Chiefs. I mean, I know the Swifties are kind of, bullies and they're, kind of brutal fans and whatnot, and they kind of heckle and they're kind of obnoxious and whatnot. And then obviously Dion, what he's doing with college football, people are like, well, look at all this attention that he's getting for this mediocre team. But at least he's getting people to get interested, not only in Colorado, but for college football in general. So I think it's just a lot of people that are hating, and sometimes we just got to take a step back and just enjoy the ride. And not every day are we going to get someone like a Taylor Swift and a Travis Kelce or Dion, coaching Colorado and then being able to, showcase his sons like Shador and Shiloh. And even though they may not be the best, hell, I mean, who would have thought they were? You go from winning like one game, you've already like tripled your, double or tripled your win total, right? And they don't have a defense. So, I mean, if Dion keeps working at it, maybe eventually, they'll end up being a team that can win like 8 or 9 wins. It's just not going to be in the first year. So I don't mind it at all. I think I kind of like it. I mean, obviously, sometimes it gets a little ridiculous where it's Dion this, Dion that, Taylor Swift this, Travis Kelce that. I get it, but I mean, it shouldn't let it affect people's personal lives where it's like taking over your lives. Unless it's on your timeline, then you can just obviously delete it. It's as simple as that, right? Delete the shit off your timeline. Stop following the people that are posting that shit. So, I mean, as long as it doesn't distract Travis Kelce, and as long as it doesn't distract the Chiefs in general, which I don't think it will because Andy Reid is a fucking OG. He ain't going to let anything distract that team. Get him, yeah! 12 noon, you know what time it is? Time for a duck sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. There we go, Jackson. Yeah, wearing the Kayvon Thibodeau number 5 there. Bang! What a big hit. This chain is special too. This is a 1 of 1 highlighter yellow with my Michael James jersey to match. And it's got a black chain on it. And I also have a gold that I can swap it with and a silver too. So shout out to my boy Brian. He's a man. Collegiate Art Designs. You are the OG. Shotgun set. Keeper. Good hit. There we go. What happened? Did they not have Dame show up? What happened? They said that they were going to do the parade, and then Dame decided. What happened there? What happened? I didn't get a chance to click. I saw originally it was like a photo of the street and whatnot. But what did the Milwaukee Bucks do? They promised the parade and Dame, and then they had to cancel it because Dame had some kind of issue or something with the arriving or whatnot. You'll let me know. Shotgun set. 3rd down and 16. Get him! Wow, nice catch. Farrell with the catch. Yeah, I saw that earlier today. The Ray Davis, like Florida couldn't tackle worth a shit in that game. Yeah. How many tutties did he have in that game? He had 280 yards, but how many tutties? Did he have like 4? Something crazy. Dame showed up after people waited for hours, and then Dame eventually showed up. Walked right into the arena. And then they just sent everyone, and the MC said, "That's terrible. He didn't even hang out with them or sign autographs or like talk in front of the fans. They should have made that a little bit more clear on what was going to happen then. But still, the Milwaukee Bucks fans are not going to hate on Dame. Like I said, they know that this gives them the best chance to be able to win a championship again. Now, could the Milwaukee Bucks win a championship without Dame? Of course. You got a top 2 player with Giannis and the Joker, right? But now adding Dame with Middleton, right? And you still have Lopez there. It's going to be one of those amazing things. I can't wait. Dame's kids were scared of the noise. Yeah, he's got like 2 or 3 young ones. So now all the Milwaukee Bucks fans are pissed. Are they pissed at Dame or are they pissed at the Milwaukee Bucks for setting it up that way? Probably mad at the Milwaukee Bucks for setting it up that way, promising that he'll be out there and hanging out and whatnot. Yeah, maybe. And then the cool thing is also too, Air Love, Dame Dalla, maybe he'll end up dropping some new heaters with his music, with his rap, and then there might be a new song about Giannis and him and whatnot. So I'm kind of interested to see what they're gonna do. So yeah, it looks like the Bucks did botch it. Yeah, and I don't really, and obviously they know that Dame is a top 12 player in the NBA. They got two of them now with Giannis and Dame, but hopefully that they can work out that stuff with the PR stuff a little bit better. I can't actually open up my keyboard just yet. Otherwise, I can show the helmet, but I can't do it right now. I have to wait for my keyboard to charge, so that way I can click on Instagram and some of the things. But once I charge it for a couple minutes, I can throw it up on the screen. Yeah, and then obviously, these quarterbacks that are coming in, football cards are going to be super hot next year. Like, looking for those autographs, the Caleb Williams 1-for-1 with the little NFL, jersey piece, inside of the actual card. There's going to be a lot of expensive football cards that are going to be, very, very coveted going into next year too. So 3-0 Stanford. And then again, remind me also, and I'm keeping my eyes on it with the Seattle Mariner game, and I'll end up calling both games pretty much. I'm not going to be able to do pitch by pitch, but we'll keep things going, on both ends. So, and then that's going to be on in it looks like 10 minutes. So maybe I can open up the link now, and I can just, as long as it's not going to slow down the stream. So let me refresh this. But hopefully they end up having it, because I actually was looking earlier, and some of the streaming sites are only showing football today. So, if I was like, oh, I'm doing the Mariners, and then all of a sudden I can't even do the Mariner game, then I would have been screwed. So doing the Duck game was kind of the right choice. Georgia barely survives. They were down pretty big, like 14-0 or 10-0 early on. Georgia does not look as good as they did in previous years. Same thing with Alabama. I don't think they're going to win the championship this year. It's very hard to three-peat. There's definitely going to be a new champion, I think, this year in college football. Uh-oh. Well, considering, Megan, that Oregon beat Colorado 42-6, and our defense held Colorado to 0 points with our starting group out there. And then when they ended up scoring, we had second, third, and fourth stringers out there in the fourth quarter. So, but also when Colorado's at home and you got T.O. and DaBaby and Snoop and Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg and all these like celebrities there, there's a little bit different energy in the air. Obviously them being at home, supporting Dion and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, obviously, I think USC's defense just got kind of tired and whatnot. And honestly, if Oregon would have played Colorado at Colorado, I think that a similar type of score would have happened also. So, I wouldn't get too hard on the defense. We already know that Oregon, USC, Washington, sometimes our defenses are going to play good, and sometimes, we're going to play down to the competition, and they're going to get tired at times, especially if Caleb is firing touchdowns so quickly, then the defense has to go back out there. They don't have time to rest. So sometimes when you're so good on offense, it actually can hurt your team a little bit because you're scoring too quick. So I need a green and yellow sack lunch too. 3-0 Stanford, but I'm not worried. They're down to 19. Quarterback draw for about 2 yards. There we go. End of the first quarter, 3-0 Stanford. All right, let me see if I can get my keyboard going here now. All right. Yeah, Caleb Williams is huge, especially if he's already got Wendy's commercials and he's not even in the NFL yet. That's a big deal. Like, they're trying to capitalize on, his popularity, but also too, it's like there's other quarterbacks that are going to be coming in, right? But hopefully, the only thing that's going to slow down Caleb Williams, in my opinion, is injuries. That's the only thing. As long as he doesn't have an ACL, MCL, PCL tear, Achilles, he's going to be dominant, and he'll be dominant probably for a very long time. Even if he's on a shitty team to start off, he'll struggle. And then once they get like a number one receiver for him, a better O-line, better coach, eventually they'll turn it around. So very cool. I mean, I might have to scoop up a Caleb Williams rookie card graded and just add it to my collection. Especially if he ends up being like Mahomes. If you buy it early, when they first come out next year, and you get one for like $100, like a PSA 9 or a Gem Mint 10. If he ends up having a pretty good career, you wait a few years, and then that $100 card might be $250 or $300 or $500. So he's definitely going to make the football market spike. And also with Michael Penix Jr. and a few of these other, quarterbacks as well. Drake May. Hopefully we can get more than just one quarterback that pans out. Hopefully it'll be, obviously Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., Quinn Ewers. I'm not really sure about Bo Nix. I feel more he's like a backup quarterback, but you never know. Maybe if he gets on the right team that has an offensive line, maybe he could be a starter. So I don't know. We'll have to wait. Air Dalla, nice choice. Let's go. I'm going to throw up a Sam Hartman for Odin. Appreciate you, Odin son, even if you're not in the room anymore. (3-0) Stanford as we're going into the second quarter. Oh, it's going to be so sweet, bro. Like I said, and I'll be doing a lot of the Bucks games now because he's on there with Giannis, and it's going to be must-see TV. It actually is a really, really good thing for me because, like I said, I don't like the NBA typically, but now I'm starting to, with the Blazer roster, kick is up, and it is good. 6-0 Stanford. Come on, Ducks. But like I said, I can watch, games like the Warriors and the Celtics and the Heat. That's no problem. I can do my Blazers and I can enjoy that. I like going to the games in person. But now it's given me a little bit of a rebirth, I think, with Dame leaving, and we still got Scoot Henderson, and we got Ayton and Shaden Sharp and Anthony Simon. So I think that it's going to work out great for not only the Blazers, but also I get a little bit of joy watching Dame and Giannis pair up as the best duo in basketball. So $67 for Jets Chiefs tickets, but where the fights break out. Yeah. Wow. So it looks like on the streaming sites, they're not even doing baseball. So you can't even, even if I was planning on doing the Mariner game, I can't even pull it up because everything is college. Because they all, they do it based off one network to another. So I'm looking on a couple different ones, and I don't see everything is right now is just college football. I don't see anything on the baseball side unless you're actually watching it, on TV itself. So, so I guess I made the right decision because if I would have been like, yeah, let's do the Mariners, and then I wouldn't have been able to do it. That's only happened to me like once this year, a couple weeks back. So unfortunate with that, but I mean, I can still keep up with what's going on. But that's what happens when the games end up being on the weekend if there's football on. Bucky Irving with the short game. If the Celtics get Drew, yeah. Well, it's all really going to be about the health. The health is the number one concern for the Milwaukee Bucks. If health is good, they should be in the Eastern Conference Finals, like no question. And then we can get the Bucks and the Celtics, Bucks and the Heat, or a combination of a few of these teams. It's like the Sixers will be good during the regular season, but they'll fold in the postseason like they always do with Embiid. So, but at least the Sixers will be fun. The Celtics will be fun. The Heat will be fun, but the best is going to be Milwaukee. That's going to be like must-see TV. Third down and 6. Come on, Ducks. Stanford's defense is playing pretty good. And again, we're on the road. It's a different vibe. You know, People always love to overreact and whatnot, but you're not the same team when you're on the road. Good tackle by Stanford. Man, we haven't been able to get first downs here at all. Jacqueline in the building. How are you? I know. I love me some Pat Connington, bro. You already know, bro. Anyone that's a former Blazer, I'm gonna root for them. As long as they had a good relationship with the fans, and it's a business. I get that, but I will always root for those players, that were here, and then obviously they got traded or got moved on. So 6-0 Stanford, and we're still 0-0 with the Mariners and the Rangers. And it's crazy too because like when one streaming platform doesn't have the games, it seems like the other ones don't either. So it's like we have a couple links that we like to use, and that primary link that we like to use when a Saturday comes on, all the college football games get priority, and then the baseball stuff just gets kind of left in the dust, which is kind of unfortunate, but I get it. It's more popular. And I'm looking right now. I was actually hoping to watch both, at the very least, but it looks like I can't. I'm not even able to find it. I remember I had one of those situations happen a few weeks back where I got the thumbnail made and it was like a Logan Gilbert start, and I had all this preparation, and then there was no links available, which was absolutely shitty. And it looks like that's the same thing. I'm on 3 different ones and nobody has it. So guess I just have to keep updates. I mean, obviously I can go to the living room and I can turn on my TV in there and I can pop in and see what's going on. But I'll keep in touch with I'll go to MLB.com and I'll end up doing the game cast. So let me do that here real quick. Hold up here. Let me click on that. Well, I guess my gut was right, and I did a poll this morning too. So, all right, here we go. All right, I got the MLB game cast up where it shows like the pitches and whatnot too. So, all right, let's go Mariners. A report came out today that the Bucks and Blazers were talking about this in July. Is that why that Jimmy Butler was sour, saying it's collusion, and then they need to be investigated and whatnot, just because they didn't get Dame? Well, because we wanted to get Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo for the deal, and they weren't willing to give him up. So that's Pat Riley's fault. If they really wanted Dame, then they should have given up, but they didn't want to break up the two because they wanted to form a trifecta, a trio. That was the whole point of getting Dame. You're not going to offer us fucking Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson and think the Blazers are dumb enough to take that to a Hall of Fame fucking point guard in Dame Dalla. Stupid. Your Celtics buddy is now a Bucks buddy now. I bet. I bet. All right, Odin. Keep me updated on NXT. I know you and Air will both be watching that. Maybe I'll turn that on. If I can't watch the Mariner game, what time does that come on, at 5? Maybe I'll turn that on and I'll watch it at the same time as the Ducks since I can't watch this Mariner game. So get him. Because, if you end up getting Damian Lillard for like Jimmy Butler, you essentially have the same team that you already have with the Miami Heat, except it's just instead of Jimmy and Bam, it's Dame and Bam. And even though Dame and Bam are really good buddies, but it's not like, oh my God, Dame and Bam are going to win a championship. Hell, they probably wouldn't. Instead, even Jimmy, Dame, and Bam together probably wouldn't win one. Let's be honest. They could probably get there, but is it like a guarantee that they would win? There's no guarantee Giannis and Dame are going to win, but there's a higher probability with those. So the women are main eventing. It's Becky Lynch. You saw the intro, Airdall, with a No Mercy Nintendo 64 intro promo that they did to make it look like the video game. That thing was sweet. I don't know who was in charge of that, but I had to share that with all my wrestling buddies that are like kind of fair weather wrestling fans. I was like, dude, check this out on this NXT. I was like, this is dope. And you know how much I love WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, WCW, NWO Revenge, and all of those games in that 64 era. A lot of those games are still considered some of the best wrestling games ever to be made, even on the Nintendo 64 platform. I still have mine. So, yeah. And we got Ayton, even though he's not Joel Embiid, he's still like one of the top 4 centers, even though, he's only like a 16-8 or 16-10 kind of guy. But at least we've got someone that's like the Greg Oden that wasn't Greg Oden, someone that actually could do something. So, second down and 9. We're in the second quarter, 6-0 Stanford. Come on, Ducks. Yeah, that was the coolest intro that I've seen for a wrestling pay-per-view or promotion in like years. It was awesome. Anytime you can tag it into like a video game intro, just like how they had the No Mercy intro in the beginning and the character select screen, I was like, dude, this is awesome. Still 0-0. And NXT's on at what time? 5? So someone remind me at 5 to turn that on, and I'll watch that at the same time then. Third down and 7. Let's, yeah! It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for an Oregon Duck sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Yes, sir. Here we go. We're going to get our first touchdown on this drive now. Yes, we are. Let's go. Nice sack lunch, baby. Let's go. Fair catch. We got to start, getting this playbook opened up. We're playing Stanford right now. We're not playing USC. We're not playing Washington. We're not playing Utah from a couple years ago. Come on now. Come on, Bo. No, this is a 1 of 1. So it's not a chrome, but anytime you show yellow or green on the green screen, it gets a little distorted. So this one is actually a 1 of 1 that is not sold at the Duck store. This is one that he made specifically for the Natty when we went and played against Cam Newton. And I have the LaMichael James jersey with the patch and the name sewn on the back. So I ended up buying the patch, from eBay, got it sewn on from a seamstress. And I went to another seamstress and got James sewn on the back. And then this chain is meant for that particular game. And it's kind of a highlighter yellow. And it's not the regular, normal duck yellow. It's a highlighter yellow. And there's no other one in existence besides this one. So that's why it gets a little distorted. But I can take a picture of it and I'll show you. Hold up. And I can put it up here. There. I sent it to Sarah, and I'll pull it up here so you can see it. It's very cool, man. And he gave that to me as a gift, obviously, a while back, which was very cool. But it has a different shade of yellow on it. It's very cool. All right, hold up. This is what it looks like, Matt. Anytime it gets a little distorted on the screen. But this one is one that I didn't take to the game with me because I can't replace this one. I can't give this one away because there's no other one. I mean, like if I asked him to make me one, then he would do that and stuff. But this is the only one that's in existence. And it has a black chain with it too, which makes it very cool. All the other chains come with gold chains or silver chains standard. So that's what makes this one special. But that's what it looks like there. It's kind of a highlighter yellow that goes with the Michael James jersey. Pretty neat. And then this is the jersey that it goes to. Yeah, so it matches the exact color on the border of the numbers on that Natty jersey when we played Cam Newton, where that was the Natty that we should have won. Out of all the Natties that we've ever been to, that was the one that we should have won. So, but it really pops. Like it really, really pops when you wear that LaMichael James jersey. It's got the patch, it's got the name sewn in the back, and then you wear that chain with it. It just but I haven't actually wore this chain out in public because I don't want to scratch it or fuck it up. Like, and then I'm gonna have to probably get a white one and a yellow one because those are the colors, green and black and the chrome one. I don't really need as much, but I need to get a white one and a yellow one. So at some point, I'll probably reach out to Brian and have him mail me a couple. So. Wow, that's awesome. Dame Dolla's impact. I mean, obviously, they sold their jerseys of 2,000 jerseys at 11 a.m. like right away. Of course, everyone's going to want that Dame Dolla. So I saw that. That's awesome. Well, there's already a lot of popularity for the Bucks because of Giannis, right? But now you like get this superstar coming in, and it's like you have two Giannis's now. So it's like the hype level is like you feel good, like you haven't won a championship in a couple of years. You want to win one, and you still feel confident every year. But now with Dame there, now you feel like you're going to be the favored team, and we should be able to get Nuggets, Bucks, where it's going to be Giannis versus the Joker, and that's what we want to see, right? That's what we want to be able to see, that matchup. Jamal Murray going against Dame, Giannis going against the Joker, and I think that's what we're going to end up getting. So, the best big against the best big, and then you're going to end up seeing Jamal Murray and Dame go at it. So, and Dame should be able to take advantage of that. Come on, Bo, first down and 10. Troy Franklin finally with his first catch. We're at a 0 right now. Come on now. And that's why I don't know what we're going to be able to do, against some of the upper echelon teams. I mean, like when we play USC at home, I know we're going to bring a lot of energy, but it's like the Ducks are just like any other team. Go. First down, Ducks. We're going to play up to the competition and we're going to play down to the competition. And that's a hard thing in sports when you're going against a team that's 1-3 and you have to have the intensity like we had at home against Colorado. And sometimes it takes a 6-0, obviously scored for you to do that. Bang, we just scored. 7-0 Ducks. Let's go. Let's go, baby. There we go. There we go. The 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown Ducks. Yeah, baby. I told you we were going to score on this drive. Jordan James, baby. James returned to Portland. His cheapest ticket is 209. Wow. Yeah. I got a couple buddies that have season tickets, so that's not a problem. You know, they either have full season tickets or they have a half season ticket package and whatnot. So I got my boy Preston and Justin, who are both on that list already. So they've already been ticket holders for a while. So and usually if it gets a little expensive, they'll just pair it up with their dad or mom or with another person. So yeah, but I'll end up going to a few. But that Bucks game, that would be if I was going to go to one game, one. If I was going to go to one game next year, and I know I'll go to probably 4 or 5, but if I was going to go to one, that would be the one that I would want to go to. Let's go, baby. Hey, better late than never. 7-6 Ducks, and we will turn it up in the second half. You're going to end up getting a lot of yelling and screaming. Get focused. Dan Lanning will get them going, and then we'll start to break out in the third or fourth quarter. So. All right, no problem, Megan. Still 0-0 with the Mariners and the Rangers. Oh, Dame Dollar. Yeah, we got it, man. It's okay. Like I said, sometimes we start slow, but we're a second half team. We've always been a second half team. So most good teams are. And you got to give Stanford credit for playing good football so far in the first half. Yeah, I just saw the Milwaukee Bucks Twitter/X. Obviously, Dame has landed. He's got his kids in his arms and whatnot. And then the nice thing also too is that they may not only be able to go to a couple NBA finals, but you might be able to win more than one championship. Maybe you go twice, win one, lose one, depending on if it's like the Nuggets or whatnot. I mean, if it's anybody but the Nuggets, I would assume that you could win. But if it ends up being like you face the Nuggets, 2 years in a row, maybe you win one, maybe you lose one, or maybe you win both. Who knows? But it'll give a great opportunity for Dame, 33 years old, to at least get one more, get a ring, and then get Giannis one more before his career is over, but maybe you can get a couple. Oh, it's going to make Middleton way better. I mean, you essentially have 3 guys that can put up 50 to 60 points. I mean, name one other team in the NBA that has that ability to have 3 guys that can put up 50. 4 years, 3 minimum. Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, and at that time, I mean, he's going to be 37, and I assume Dame's not going to play till he's 40. I would assume that Dame will play until he's about 38 or under. So, he's 33 right now, so I would assume 37 or 38 is when he's going to retire, or maybe after his contract is up, come back to Portland maybe for 1 year, retire, or either retire a Blazer or however he wants to do that. First down and 15, 7-6 Oregon. Little shotgun set, screen pass. Hit him. About 8-yard gain there. And then NXT, it's on Peacock, correct? I might throw that up on the TV here. End of the first, 0-0, the Mariners and the Rangers. Good tackle. I mean, the alley-oops are going to be crazy. I mean, just the overall vibe of everything. And then the great part about it, too, is that, if Giannis gets in foul trouble or Middleton, you still got Dame out there. Or vice versa. If Dame gets in foul trouble, it's all right. You still got other guys that are going to be able to get it done. But, I mean, with Lopez, at center, and then you got Giannis, and then you got Middleton, and you got Dame, who's going to be the other person that's going to be who's going to be the other person that's going to be in the starting lineup, in your opinion? So it's Dame, Middleton, Lopez, Giannis, but who's the other individual that'll be in the starting lineup, in your opinion? That's going to be crazy. Fourth down and 6. Good Ducks defense. Let's go. Yeah, I was going to say, initially I saw it and it was going to be Portis, but I wanted to ask you to see if it was maybe someone else. I mean, you're a fan, so you would know. We got 2 more subs. That's good. Probably from the Colorado and USC reaction video that I pumped out. Sometimes I just want to be able to work hard and, putting out that USC and Colorado reaction video as soon as the game ended. I had a little bit of time before this Oregon game, and, you got to make sure you take advantage of those moments, and if you can take advantage of those moments, it's going to get you better views, moving forward. So, and hopefully that one will end up getting some traction. 944 to 21,000. Let's go. Top of the second, still 0-0, the Mariners and the Rangers. Yeah, Connington will come off the bench, right? He'll be like the 6th man or 7th guy, like one of the first 2 coming off. So, yeah, it's going to be so much fun, man. And the Blazer fans aren't going to boo Dame when he comes back. They're going to cheer him, unless you're like a petty, average, fair weather idiot that doesn't know anything about business or sports or the Blazers. Yeah, you're going to get with some of those drunk asses that, most of the people are smart enough to realize that he could have left a long time ago, and he gave all that he could, with all the false promises, But again, when Paul Allen died, everything went down the shitter for the Seahawks and the Blazers. So if Paul Allen was still alive today, maybe Dame's still a Blazer, possibly, But again, playing with Giannis is literally the best scenario that you could imagine, besides playing with the Joker. Those would be the 2 best scenarios for Dame. So, and then after that, maybe like with Miami or like the Warriors or something like that after that. So, $9. Let's get to a hundo. 91 to go. Your boy wants a burger, fries, and a drink, not just nuggets. I mean, I'm a little bit more of a Mario Cristobal guy, but again, it just depends if we can end up getting results with Dan Lanning. I just when I look at him and I hear him talk, it's like sometimes you can get a read about somebody if they're real or they're fugazi or fake, and he doesn't really seem like the most genuine person to me. I get it, he's our coach and whatnot, but Mario Cristobal seemed like a little bit more of a genuine person. But also I guess it depends if you play like O-line, D-line. Mario Cristobal kind of reminded me of Dan Campbell, and that's why I think I like Dan Campbell and I like Mario Cristobal. And then him leaving to go to his alma mater in Miami, I get it, But like I said, if Kirby Smart ends up getting fired, who do you think they're going to call first? They're going to call Dan Lanning. And you really think he's going to stay at Oregon if Georgia job is open? Hell no. So it's like, all I know is that these coaches that come in here for Oregon, it's just a rental, you know. But I guess it could be worse, like a Willie Taggart going to Florida State. How did that work out for you? I wish we could have guys like Mike Bellotti and Rich Brooks and Chip Kelly. There we go. But that's what makes Rich Brooks and Mike Bellotti, but especially Mike Bellotti and Chip Kelly, my favorite. Like you're not going to get that loyalty really anymore in college sports. Are they? Are they on right now? Or did they play already? Here we go, Bo. There we go. There we go. First down, Ducks. Yeah, but the Dame trade, bro, is going to bring a spark of like me actually enjoying the NBA again for the first time in probably 10 to 15 years. Because, like I said, I haven't really been a fan of it overall in a minute, because it's because I feel like it's not the same kind of game as the 80s and 90s. And, oh, big hit. I don't like load management, the laziness, no defense, everyone's shooting threes, like that type of style of basketball. It doesn't really do it for me. I do love March Madness, but I don't really like the regular season that much, unless I'm watching like Oregon or like one of the top tier teams or something. But now with the young core that the Blazers have with Scoot, and then with Dame going to Milwaukee, it's definitely going to spark my interest where I'm going to go out of my way to maybe do NBA games, and then maybe I'll have to flip flop between that and the Kraken instead of me just doing Kraken games exclusively. That I'm actually going to do a little bit of the Kraken and I'll do basketball also. So I think that's a good thing. Oh, you don't play this week? 3-1. Nice. Good for you, bro. Good for you. What are you feeling on Jordan Love? Do you think that that's going to be the guy? Obviously, it's not necessarily Jordan Love. It's offensive line. Anyone that has a fucking brain can see that. That his completion percentage needs to be a hell of a lot better, and it's not good. But the weapons are there. They didn't hand the ball off to Aaron Jones, but the offensive line is injured, no Bakhtiari, and it's not good right now. It stinks, right? Defense still has some, bosses out there, but if you don't got Jair Alexander, you don't got Bakhtiari, you don't got some of those guys, it's going to affect the team, especially when you're young and your average age is like fucking 25. So I get that, But do you feel pretty good about Love as your quarterback moving forward? It really just comes down to the O-line. If the O-line is there, then we're not having this conversation. But since it's not, that's why people are getting on him. So, yeah, I agree. But it seems like, what about the fans, though? What are they saying? Like the actual Green Bay Packer fans, because it's like, you're either going to get all the love or all the hate. Are the Packer fans smart enough to realize that it's the O-line, or are you getting some of the dumb fans, thinking that Jordan Love sucks? It's like the touchdown to interception ratio is good, but the completion percentage is terrible, and the offensive line is banged up. So I don't think necessarily he's going to be as good as Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre or like a Hall of Fame type of guy. I'm not sure if he's going to be a Pro Bowl or All Pro guy, but he's definitely above average. So I would say that, and then he's got potential to get better to be like a Pro Bowl quarterback. But until you get that full complement of the team, we're never going to know. But it does look like that the Packers and the Lions are going to battle it out for the next 5 years, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch. Oh, freshman tried to hurdle there. Sadiq trying to hurdle over three guys. Come on, Bucky. Come on, Bucky. Go, Bucky, go. Damn, he slipped. Flag on the play. We're going to get another tutty here. Top of the second, still 0-0 with the Mariners and the Rangers. Nice. Congratulations. You know what? I just totally noticed that I'm an idiot. The Rangers and the Mariner game, it's on Fox. I can just watch it through my cable provider on Fox. God, I'm stupid. Why didn't I realize that already originally? Jeez Louise. How can I be that stupid to realize that I have, through my Comcast and whatnot, that I can just watch it, here on God, I'm stupid. Why didn't I realize that? But again, you guys didn't bring it up that it was on Fox, but I figured it out. Bucky, there we go, Bucky. Touchdown, Ducks. There we go. All right, here we go. Now I got the game on. So I guess I could have streamed the game then. So technically, I could have streamed the game because all I would have to do is just put it on through my cable provider here. There we go. Golly. Bucky Irving, baby. Yes, sir. All right, now I got Castillo on the mound. God, I should have already. I had a feeling that I thought I read that it was going to be on Fox, not on Root. Obviously, the importance of the game. Extra point is up, and it's good. So once we go into halftime, I can just click on that. Let's go. So technically, I would have been able to do it. And maybe I don't know if that's one of the reasons why some of the streaming sites aren't showing it, but they're just focusing on college football today. Let's go. Let's go. 0-0 Rangers and Mariners. $14-6, baby. Let's go. Ducks, football, and pizza. That's a good combo. Camden Lewis out of the end zone. Yeah, it's early. Our defense is still, a little suspect, but so is USC, so is Washington's. I feel that Washington, Oregon, and USC are the best three teams, and then you got a couple others: Oregon State, Utah, Colorado, and a few of the others, Washington State. But the upper echelon of the Pac-12 is Oregon, Washington, USC. So, two out of those three teams are probably going to play each other in the Pac-12 championship. So maybe we'll get left out, but we're going to fight to the very, very end to try to get there. So that way it can be us in USC or us in Washington. But, we'll find out when we all play each other because, we got Washington this year, and that's in Seattle, and we got USC at home. So that's really going to determine, who the top dog is. So I just hope that we don't lose to both teams. If we split, fine, but I would love for us to be able to beat both. That would be awesome. But if we beat both, at that point, you would assume that we would have a good chance to either, go undefeated or only lose a game or two. But if you ended up beating Washington and beating USC, normally what would happen is the Ducks would play some shit team like Arizona State, towards the end, and we would lose by like 3, and they would spoil our season, some stupid shit like that. So get him. Yard shy of the marker. Less than 2 minutes to go. 14-6 Ducks. Nice. I'm glad I actually can watch this game now. I didn't really miss too much. There's no scoring yet. I just totally forgot because now anytime anything is on Fox, CBS, ABC, through my cable provider, I can just put it on the computer or the TV and I can watch, multiple games. I should have already remembered that it was on Fox, but I forgot. Bottom of the second, 0-0 Rangers and Mariners. Teoscar Hernandez in the box. Third down and 1 for Stanford. Little flip. Get him. Yes. Good defense by the Ducks. Yes, sir. Hill with a nice stop. Let's go, Ducks. Hell yeah. Uncle Mo, that momentum. Come on, Dan Lanning. And prayers up to my friend Armand that passed away. He got buried yesterday. So my boy Brooks, was there at the funeral. We were very, very close with him, and still kind of a touchy subject. But prayers up, to Armand. He had a lot of goals and dreams to, kind of, take his social media presence to the next level. He battled a few different types of demons and whatnot. And prayers up, bro. I'm going to continue, my legacy and dream, and you can live vicariously, through me. 4th down and 2, Oregon 14, Stanford 6. Dominic in the building. What's good? Well, I would hope so, man. I grind. There's no one else on social media that's got a voice like me, and there's not going to be anyone that's got a grind like me either. That's facts. I appreciate that, Dom. Dom, but we're not talking Fast and the Furious. Yeah, I just try to set the example for other, YouTubers and Twitch streamers. Like, if you really have dreams and goals, you see all these like former athletes that try to hop onto podcasts and YouTube channels. Just because you're a former athlete doesn't mean you're going to be amazing on the microphone. It's like wrestlers. Anybody can wrestle, but not everyone's going to be great on the microphone to cut a promo. Facts. You get dumbasses like Shady McCoy thinking that he's great and he's absolutely terrible. Or Acho and all these other guys. I mean, they're terrible. Terrible. But again, if the networks want to pay a guy based on them being an athlete, thinking they have some inside information or some good insight, you can definitely tell instantly if they're good or they're not. And a lot of them are garbage. Come on, Bo. Go, Bucky. Out of bounds. TD Irish. Nice. Odinson will be happy. DeGrom, Scherzer, Gray, Odorizzi. Lots of guys, the injured starters out for the Rangers. Come on, Mariners. Thank God that this was on Fox, because if this wasn't on Fox, I don't know if I'm able to watch it in this room. So this is good. Little screen pass. Go. Get out of bounds. All right, good. Out of bounds. And then we got what? NXT coming up in 7 minutes. I'll probably just watch the replay later. I mean, since I got the Mariner game on now, so those are going to be a little bit more important than the NXT, like at this point. Unless I can watch all 3 at the same time and it won't slow my stream down. Next, steps up. Out of bounds. There we go. Come on, Ducks. Come on, Bo. Oh, good defense. Is there a PI there? No. Good defense there by Stanford. What's the score in the Irish game? Anything crazy going on in the other college football scores that are going on? Any upsets or anything else crazy? Bottom of the second, 3-0 count, 2 outs. So Rojas. And then as soon as we go to halftime, I'll turn on the audio here for the Mariner game, so that way I can listen to that. Got to be able to soak in both of these at the same time. Duck game and a Mariner game that means something against the rival Rangers. I mean, this is life right now. And an NXT pay-per-view. Let's go. Go, Bo, go. Out of bounds. There we go. Go, Bo. 6 seconds left before halftime. Nice hit by Rojas. There we go. Dylan Moore at second, Rojas at first. Let's go. I was hoping that Dylan Moore and Haggerty would actually do something today. So, and Castillo's got to pitch really well for us to have a shot. Love me some Rojas, man. Love him. Way better than Wong. Bucky Irving. Wow, we got the timeout with 1 second left. Good play call by Dan Lanning. Hit him with the draw, and now we have a chance to be able to hit a field goal here, right, with 1 second left. Bottom of the second, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Sam Swaggerty in the box. All right, Camden Lewis. We ended up getting those Ducks tickets through your dad to go to the matchup last week there versus Dion in Colorado. Let's hit this field goal, baby. Come on, Camden. 43-yarder. Timeout called. Trying to freeze him. Odin's son. Are you going to watch the NXT pay-per-view, Odin? I might try to put it on here. I don't know if I can watch 3 things and stream and still have everything like work properly, but I'm going to try because I kind of want to watch everything at once. Yeah. I appreciate your dono and your support, and always glad to have you in the room, brother. Here, I'm going to see if I can put Peacock on the TV. So maybe I can do Peacock on the TV. I can have the Duck game on the computer, the Mariner game on the computer, and I'm streaming here. But I don't know. If I'm going to lag, then it's not going to work. But penalty. False start on Oregon, and he kicked it and he missed it. No spoilers. You're watching No Mercy tomorrow. Oh, okay. Oh, it's on Stanford. All right, I'm going to attempt to just put it on. All right, I got it on the TV. 38-yard attempt. Wide right, no good. Fuck. Jesus. Camden Lewis, why? All right, 1-score game. All right, hold on. Tiffany Stratton. Oh, really? Hell yeah, bro. I know you've been wanting one for a while. That's awesome. But dude, I don't know if you have money for it and whatnot, but yeah, I would definitely try to scoop one sooner than later if you can. You know, it definitely gets difficult when you go to 2X, 3X, 4X, and 5X. You know, even stuff on 2X sells out pretty quick, unless you're like a small or medium or large, and not a lot of people are. I mean, I guess some people are, but. Oh, we'll keep the Uncle Mo going. All right, cool. I got No Mercy. I got No Mercy on the TV here on the big HD 4K in my room. And I got the Duck game here on the computer. And if things start to get laggy, I can usually tell with the ticker on the bottom. When the ticker on the bottom starts getting shaky and whatnot, that's when I know that it's, I got too much shit going on. But I do have a gig. So, as long as everything is working properly, I should be able to stream. I should be able to watch the Duck game, should be able to watch the Mariners, and watch No Mercy all at the same damn time. So, yeah. It's really funny too. I actually watched the video today of him stealing it. I was going actually through my Instagram like videos and whatnot and saw him steal my shit, on those two videos that I posted from, a while back when the Bengals and Chiefs went at each other. He thinks he's so fucking clever. All right, No Mercy. Yeah, baby. Let's go. $9. Let's get to a hundo. All right, here we go. Top of the third, 0-0, Rangers and Mariners. And I got NXT, No Mercy, and we got the Ducks. I mean, this is a great day. Yeah. Who would you buy if you were going to get one? The No Mercy intro is so dope. Just like the video game. NXT No Mercy. And the character select screen that they're doing right now too is so awesome. I would play that. Carmelo Hayes. Let's go. Or a Montana one. Ooh. Oh, really? Top of the third, 0-0 Rangers and Mariners. We're at halftime with the Ducks, 14-6. Only the blue and green one I can't find. So they have white, though, you can get. Do you like to get white jerseys, or do you usually like the colored jerseys more, Odin? So with this NXT, and I'm not going to give spoilers, Odin's son, but I know you and Sarah and a few people have looked into it. What's going to be the best match, on this pay-per-view? Is it going to be the Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, or is there going to be something better? Is Carmelo Hayes matchup going to be good? Like a lot of times, I feel with like NXT the show, I can't really get into it, but when it's the pay-per-view, I can get into that. So yeah, we turned it around, which we knew we would. Now we just got to be able to get it done in the second half, which I know we will. So I don't really know a whole lot about Dragunov. Like, what is the comparison of Dragunov, Erdala? I didn't even know you were still in the room. What is the comparison? Like, who does he remind you of, Dala Odin's son? Because I'm trying to think if I've even seen him wrestle at all. And how long before they bring Tiffany Stratton up to the main roster? Like on SmackDown or Raw? Obviously, they want her to develop there first before they bring her up. Kind of like a Mandy Rhodes situation where you stay there for a while and then eventually you'll get called up at some point, unless they just want you to be like the star of that particular show. Yeah, I've seen her wrestle a bunch, so I know who she is, and she's kind of like a poor woman's Charlotte Flair. I wouldn't want to really say that, but I mean it's a compliment. It's a lot of this high rope, top rope, antics and whatnot, athletic. can do a lot of the moves that that you see Charlotte Flair doing. It's like a younger version of Charlotte Flair, which is pretty cool. So there we go. Fourth strikeout for Luis Castillo. Carmelo will come up before Stratton. That's what I was thinking too. Well, so far so good. I mean, I'm streaming. I got the Duck game on. I got the Mariner game on, and I got the NXT on the TV. So far so good. Jade Cargill, yeah, I want to see Jade versus Charlotte, Jade versus Bianca. Unless they end up forming a faction or something where it's like Jade Cargill and Bianca together as like a tag team or something, or some kind of faction. Look at this wolf mask jump off. This is cool. Is this Dragunov right here with the wolf mask? Oh, it's Braun Breaker. How long has Braun Breaker been wearing a wolf mask? That's kind of cool. Fuck, I haven't watched NXT in a minute, so. Io Asuka. Oh, really? I missed it. I got to watch it. And are we surprised that Braun Breaker hasn't made it up to the main roster yet? Or are they just trying to keep him as the superstar for NXT? Little chop. Dino, safe at first. All right, we're multitasking today. Ducks, Stanford, Rangers, Mariners, NXT No Mercy, all at the same damn time. He's going to cook in NXT? Okay. So Tiffany Stratton is going to be like the Mandy Rose, and then obviously Braun Breaker is going to be the main guy that's kind of holding it down there in NXT as far as the men's division. So obviously, well, yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to spoil any of the matches because Odin's son is going to watch this tomorrow. How long has Baron Corbin been riding a motorcycle like the Undertaker? Like, have I just been so out of the loop that I knew that he was there. He's got the little burn the ships jump off T-shirt and oh. Okay, I can't spoil anything for Odin's son. I don't know how I'm not going to be able to spoil this though. I mean, and you hear me scream, then there's going to be some crazy shit going on. But obviously, it's better than King Corbin or what other bullshit. We just needed Corbin to shave so he didn't have like that, George Costanza haircut where he has hair around the side and nothing on the top. You got to shave it completely off. So. Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I was like, when has this happened? I mean, I've been out of the loop. Top of the third, 3-2 count, 0-0. Castillo on the mound. Runners at first and second. Ducks up 14-6 at halftime. NXT No Mercy. Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker. Let's go. The crowd is energetic, which I always like. Oh, nice ground ball. No. Damn it. 1-0 Rangers. Fuck. Motherfuck. I love multitasking, man. Nothing is better when you have like two or three things that are awesome that are on at the same time, and then you can actually, I mean, as long as you can multitask, and keep your eyes focused on many things. Only tonight, and I like it too because he ended up wearing the mask that underneath his nose where it's got like the fake mouth. underneath. That's always a cool look, when you end up having something like that. So, fuck, Texas up 1-0 now. Oh, shit. He's a one of a kind. I mean, if you could compare him to any ECW, WCW, or WWF wrestler, can you give me like a move set, like who he moves like? Finish it. What about his moves? Like, what kind of moves does he do? Like, there's got to be someone that it kind of reminds you of, or he does moves like somebody, like from the past. I like it, man. Set the tone early. And with a Braun Breaker with the wolf type thing, is that like a new gimmick that he's doing with like the wolf mask? Is that something that he's done for a while, or is that brand new too? Because obviously the motorcycle thing, I thought I was like really out of the loop, and I was starting to question myself. Like, Baron Corbin's been riding the motorcycle for months, and I'm just an idiot and I haven't seen it, or it's like a one time thing or whatever. But definitely liked the intros with the mask and the motorcycle. Very cool. Gunther and Cesaro shrink him down. Ooh, okay, okay. So then he's super exciting then. So he's kind of like a power guy, but he's small. So he's got a lot of physical moves, and then gives you that power. He's just short. Oh, okay, okay. Well, him and Carmelo are going to tear the house down. Then that's going to be fucking awesome. Ooh, two. Awesome. I like that type of strong style, wrestlers that wrestle like that. I mean, I know sometimes people are like, God, Sheamus hits, so hard and whatnot, but you want to make it to be believable and whatnot. And oh God, bases are loaded. Fuck. Are we losing this game already? I'll never stop watching wrestling too. I don't care how old I get until I die. If I can live until 70, 80, 90, 100 years old, I mean, it's always going to be on the top. I mean, always wrestling and football. Sometimes wrestling is even over football for me. I mean, I know sometimes that's not the case for everyone, but I know it is for some of y'all that are in the room too. That sometimes, as much as we love football and we love our college football and we love our NFL, sometimes we love wrestling just as much, or maybe sometimes even more. That's when I know that you guys are like my type of people, because like I said, those are going to be at the top. I still have appreciation for, NASCAR and baseball and basketball and some of the other things, hockey, but nothing compares to wrestling and football. Top of the third, 1-0 Rangers, bases loaded for Jonah Heim. Come on, Castillo, what the fuck? And we're still waiting on halftime as well. Booker T's voice is so deep. It sounds like he smokes like 8 cigars a day. I love it. Booker T. 5-time, 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 5-time. Ooh. Yeah. I saw an interview with MJF too, where he was like being real and, saying that he sees all the people on the IWC and the internet wrestling community. Oh, and saying, like these rivalries are so petty for people that are on the internet. Like the bottom line is there's plenty of good wrestling in, WWE and in AEW. It's like pointless to, be like one or another, because you're getting a lot of the wrestlers that watch the other promotions, and the better that both promotions do, MJF is like, that's more money. And that's really what they want, right? You want more popularity, more money, more opportunity to be seen. And I couldn't agree more, But again, you always get these people that are like WWE people or AEW people, and they just refuse to be able to watch like the other, which is kind of stupid because you're just going to be missing out on some amazing stuff week in and week out. So, who the Michigan transfer? That's not good. 0-2 pitch. Chop foul. Golly, we got to get out of this. Bases are loaded, top of the third. We need to win. Oh. Oh. Nice. 1, 2, 2. I'm in heaven right now. Life is good. And everything is on at the same time. You don't really get this to happen that often where you get 3 things on at the same time. Come on, Castillo. Get him, Luis. Fuck. That brought in 1, 2. What's the score now? 3-0 Rangers. Fuck. We are not making the playoffs. Fucking A. Fuck. No playoffs for the Mariners. Son of a bitch. Second half is I got it on here too. Oh! Wow. 1, 2, 2. Wow, they're really coming out of the gate strong with this one. Yeah, the Uncle Howdy thing, I saw that as well. Damn, another hit. 4-0 Rangers. We're fucked. Thanks a lot, Luis Castillo, you fucking bum. Motherfuck. Well, there goes the Mariners' chances of making the playoffs. We're done now. I mean, it was a very slight chance as it is. We still needed the Diamondbacks to beat the Astros, but we're fucked now. Awesome. Well, there goes the Mariners season. That's what happens when you have a shitty September. We're fucked. Well, at least I got NXT to cheer me up in this Ducks game. So I know the Ducks are going to win, and this NXT will be fun. So at least I got that going. Yeah, this one's over for the Mariners. Motherfuck. I mean, there is a chance that we could come back, and get some runs. But when you get down 4-0 within the first 3 innings, the Mariners don't have a very good record. 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, and we're already down 4-0. Fucking A. Yeah, Cubs ain't making it. Like Brewers and Phillies are legit. The Marlins and Cubs are kind of frauds. All my buddies are like, fuck, no playoffs. Oh! Oh! It always sucks, too, when you have a stud, too. And that lets you down, like Castillo. And it shows you just because you got Luis Castillo, Bryce Miller, George Kirby, and Logan Gilbert. Oh, shit. Oh, my. Wow. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, Odin, you're gonna, yeah. I mean, obviously the first match is usually the second best match of the whole pay-per-view, first or second. And yeah, the NXT knows what's up. They typically come out with a bang, and they did so far. Wow. Oh! All right, I got to get this Duck game back on here too. Oh! Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Come on, Ducks. Second half just started here. Oh, my. All right, I got to minimize the volume on that. Otherwise, I'm going to get distracted by NXT No Mercy and then not be able to focus on this Duck game. 14-6 Ducks. Benjamin Hudson, the backup linebacker, is hurt. Oh, Mariners. Blew it. There goes Castillo. Four zero Rangers in the top of the third. Not impossible, but not looking good. 14-6 Ducks. Let's go, Bo. Awesome first match on No Mercy. Well, maybe me doing the Ducks game was a little foreshadowing, like knowing maybe what was going to end up happening. Seven zero Notre Dame. Duke is pretty good though. Their quarterback is going to the NFL, so it's not like they're terrible. It's going to be a tough matchup. Uh-oh. One of the Stanford players might have tore an ACL or something serious happened there. All right, come on, Bo. Hand off. Short game. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Matt. We need this. We're going to win this game. There's no doubt about it in my mind. It's just, you know, it's like the bigger the number, it's going to look better for us. We don't want to end up winning like 20-9. We want to make sure we're getting into the 30s or 40s. Low snap for Knicks. There we go, Troy. Come on, Bo. Oh, incomplete. Let's go, baby. Matt Brash is in now. So here I'll be multitasking and then giving you guys all the updates, except I'm not going to spoil anything for Odin's son for No Mercy because he's watching Notre Dame, and he'll end up watching it tomorrow. I mean, like I said, I don't think he necessarily sucks. It's just, he just didn't play good today. And a lot of times, Castillo and even guys I like more than him, like Kirby and Miller, sometimes they don't play well. It's just that's how it goes. It's like we got names, but just because the names are there doesn't mean that they're gonna actually play the way that we think they're gonna play. So no, I don't want to spoil it for you. You're gonna hear my reactions, my oohs and ahs and my oh shits and whatnot, and but go first down, Ducks. Tiffany Stratton looking all sexy as usual. Becky 2 belts. Becky 1 belt. coming in with her swag. Wow, what a catch by Dylan Moore in the outfield. Holy shit. NHL preseason too, yeah. Come on, baby, let's go. First down and 10 for Bo Nix. Play action fake. Bo going deep, got the man. First down, Ducks. Let's go. Let's go, Ducks. Crack and play Monday. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely tune in. No, what channels are these games being? Are they just on the normal channel that they play their games on, or? Here we go. We're knocking on the door in the red zone. Low snap, Bo, and he falls down. Third down. Trick and Mellow. Oh, Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee is the ref? Third down and 12 for Bo Nix. Shotgun set. Nix. Floater. Underneath. Go, go, go. Oh, shit. He got popped. Oh, he's okay. Damn, that was hard. Is he okay? Damn. They laid the boom on Bryant. Holy shit. Little crossing route. Then he goes for a leap and gets popped. Bang. Really tough. Finley in the building. What's good? What a hell of a catch by Dylan Moore right there. That would have been at least a double. Fourth down and 2. Come on, Ducks. We're 7 for 9 on fourth down this year. Play action fake. Touchdown, Ducks. Yes. Hell yeah. Wow. Let's go. Trick Williams coming down to the ring. Ferguson with a tutty. Hell yeah, here we go. This is where the route starts, Matt. You know, all that bullshit that we had in the first quarter, now we get focused, and we're going to end up scoring 30 to 40 points tonight. Maybe more. Hell, I mean, I don't think we're going to get to 50, but I definitely think we can get into the 30s and 40s. We'll get a few more. Let's go. 21-6, baby. That's more like it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oregon up big now. Maybe that's all they're going to get. You know, they'll end with just 6. Yeah, and then now with the Ducks defense, we need like a pick six, a fumble for a touchdown, a punch out, or maybe we can get lucky with a kickoff return or a punt return for a touchdown. NXT North American Champion Dirty Dom Mysterio. Let's go, Dirty Dom. I like Dom's development. Boo, boo, boo. All the fans. Serious knee injury. Uh-oh. So the season's over. What about your backup? Your backup any good? Is your backup terrible too? Nice. Keep me updated with that. Crowd is hyped in this NXT. I mean, it always is. But there's nothing like the old school NXT. You know, the old school like NXT Toronto, NXT, like, the old school ones, like the energy in some of those from back in the day. I don't know if you can match that energy like with the wrestlers that were wrestling for that promotion at that time, with the black and yellow. I mean, back then that was NXT back then was better than Raw and SmackDown. I mean, there were some amazing, amazing matches. Dom does have a nasty shiner. How did he get that? Most points per game: USC 55, Oregon 54, Washington 50, Oklahoma 47, Washington State 46. And that's an FBS. So USC, Oregon, and Washington are averaging the most. But again, they have Caleb, Bo Nix, and Michael Penix Jr. So that's what happens when you got quarterbacks that can ball out. So this Dom Trick Williams, and then you got Dragon Lee as the ref. And Dom's hair is perfect to sell moves. When you got that mullet and that long hair, you can sell a lot of the punches and a lot of the snapping back of your body, and it just looks so much better when you got that longer hair as a wrestler. All right, baby, 21-6 Ducks. Yeah, baby. I might not be able to have the Mariners make the playoffs, but as long as the Ducks win and this pay-per-view is good, it'll at least hold me over a little bit. Made the right decision doing the Duck game rather than doing the Mariners stream. Oh, incomplete. Good defense there by the Ducks. Little screen pass. Get him. Johnson with a nice little hit towards the sideline. Let's go. Yeah, trick. Well, NXT energy is a different type of energy, especially NXT pay-per-view energy. Sometimes NXT pay-per-view energy is higher than even the regular WWE pay-per-view energy. Facts. Pass it complete on 3rd down and 4. There we go. Yeah, but the Dodgers are always going to be in, no matter what. I mean, they're always going to win 90 to 100 games, no matter who's on the fucking roster. For the Mariners, like you fucked up in September, and and like I said, they didn't deserve to make it this year. And I hate it sometimes when I'm right about things, but I mean, when you don't play good in September, and you have a tough schedule, you get swept by the Dodgers, and then you play the Rangers, Astros, Rangers. It's too tough. It's just too difficult. Dom Steiner is so fucking bright. It looks like he's got makeup around his eye, but it's just the discoloration of his skin around his eye. 21-6 Ducks. I gotta turn the volume on this NXT up a little bit. I need to go grab my drink real quick. Let me go grab that. All right, I'm back. So to check up on Paisley, feed her dinner. Oh, that's good. Mango madness. Golly, that's delicious. Yeah, but the thing is, Matt, is people are gonna throw punches and beat each other up, even if there's no alcohol. People are just that way. I mean, alcohol will definitely fuel it a little bit more, but there's always going to be something that someone's taking or drinking or using, or even people that are sober that just have anger problems. You know what I mean? That ain't going to stop. That ain't going to stop it. Plus, eating and drinking at a sporting event or a wrestling event, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of what happens. You know, not so much on the wrestling side, but definitely for baseball, basketball, and football. Second down and 2. Come on, Ducks. Bucky Irving. First down, Ducks through the chains. Bryant out towards the 45-yard line for Bryant. Ducks getting ready to score again. 21-6. I mean, when Stanford opened up with 2 field goals and it was 6-0 in the first quarter, I mean, some people might overreact, but knowing how Oregon plays, you already know they're going to turn it on. Oh, he's open. Oh, there we go. There it is. Touchdown, Ducks. Bo Nix to Troy Franklin, baby. Hell yeah. There we go. He hit him with the skirt after he caught it. Made him look silly, too. That was awesome. And we got Trick Williams and Dirty Dom on NXT on right now in the pay per view. And then the Mariners getting their ass kicked as well. Chief will Chief with a dono. Thank you so much. $21 dono. And I need it desperately. So thank you so much for that YouTube grind. Thank you, Chief will Chief. My bro, thank you so much, man. Things have been a little light on the dono side too, as of late. So that definitely really, really will help. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you more than you'll know, man. Thank you. What do you want to see for photos, bro? I got you. I'm watching 3 things at once right now. And I put out the USC Colorado reaction video already, so I'm always grinding. I promised you guys when I decided to I broke up with the ex. That once I got with family that I wasn't going to be restricted from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday. Now it's 7 a.m. to midnight. Like there's no restrictions. So I can literally record as long as I want, and there's nothing holding me back. So thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $21 dono. 21, 21, 21, 21, like 21 Savage. I see you. My guy. Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, USC's defense got a little tired, and also Oregon was at home at Autzen. USC was on the road. So anytime you go on the road, sometimes things are a little bit closer. In this game right here, Stanford is 1-3. They're a garbage team, like absolute dumpster. Like Oscar the Grouch is in there with Stanford, right? They were up 6-0 after the first quarter against Oregon. So, I mean, shit happens when you're on the road where it takes you a while sometimes to get going. So, Yeah, USC's defense isn't that good. Oregon's defense isn't really that good, but they have been playing like they are a good defense. Washington's defense is suspect at times as well. Like a lot of the Pac-12 teams' defenses really aren't the greatest. Maybe when Cam Rising is quarterback in Utah, normally Utah's defense is pretty good, but they lost to Oregon State yesterday. So, you never know. Maybe Oregon State's defense is the most stout, maybe out of all the Pac-12 teams. And Oregon's looks actually pretty good. Even though I thought that they were going to be terrible this year, they're actually playing a little bit better. So Notre Dame 10, Duke 0. Top of the fourth, 4-0 Rangers. Mango Madness is delicious. Mango Madness is delicious. Let's go, baby. You know what it is. And if you didn't get a chance to see that USC Colorado, you can check out my highlight package and my reaction video that I did. I didn't get a chance to watch all of the game because I was taking Paisley on some walks and getting things prepped and whatnot with the thumbnail. But I got to see some of it, and it was pretty fucking entertaining. Colorado definitely surprised some people, but again, Shedeur Sanders isn't shitty. He's a good quarterback. Maybe not a day one quarterback, but maybe like a second or third round quarterback. And depending on the team that he goes to, if he has good development, in front of him or behind him or with coaching, maybe he could end up being a starting quarterback in the NFL. I mean, most people would probably say he's better than Bo Nix. So it's like, you got Caleb, right? You got Drake May, right? You got Michael Penix Jr., Quinn Ewers from Texas, and then probably Shedeur Sanders. And then after that, and then the Duke quarterback, and then after that, maybe Bo Nix after. Maybe Bo will be like the 8th or the 9th or the 10th. But Bo to me seems like where he's like a backup. He'll be a backup, and if someone gets injured, maybe he'll get a shot. But I don't think anyone's going to be picking Bo Nix in the first round. Bo Nix will be probably like a, third, fourth round pick, probably third through sixth, somewhere in there. Unless someone really likes him and takes him in the second round, but I highly doubt it. Even third round might be too high for him. It'd probably be like fourth to seventh round pick, and they'll just take a chance on him. Oh yeah, Colorado's future is going to be awesome. You kidding me? But obviously, if they didn't have Shedeur Sanders, then we're not talking about Colorado. We're just, it's cool that Deion is there, but if it's just like Deion and Shiloh at corner and Travis Hunter, we're not talking about them. Because they probably would have like a 1-3 record right now, or 2-2, or maybe 0-4. So, but it definitely helps when your son is actually one of the maybe top 5 quarterbacks in college football. That definitely helps. And if Colorado actually had a fucking defense, maybe things would have been a little bit different. But to see Oregon stomp them 42-6, and then obviously coming back against USC, it shows you USC's defense really isn't that good. But also too, they were on the road and they weren't at home. So if USC, was at home, they would have blown out Colorado the same way Oregon did. I think, it would have been something similar to that. Maybe they put up 10, but they definitely wouldn't have gotten 30 on the road at USC. Hell no. If you're at home, you play a hell of a lot better. But I do like what Colorado is bringing to the table. I do like Coach Prime. I've always been a Deion fan, and you get a lot of people bitching and complaining about the Deion coverage and the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce coverage. It doesn't annoy me as much as others, but I get it. Sometimes you want to see other things on the timeline instead of fucking Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and fucking Deion. But for me, I'm not really a hater, and I don't really get bothered by it. So, timeout by Stanford. Yeah. I mean, Shedeur Sanders is going to be like Quinn Ewers. It's going to be like we have to wait to see what teams they go to, but the potential is there, But then as far as like, Caleb Williams and Drake May and Michael Penix Jr., with those ones I think are a better chance to pan out. And then we have to wait and see for Shedeur and Quinn Ewers. And if they get to a good team, they could pan out also too. But if they go to a shitty team with shitty coaching, shitty O-line, shitty defense, shitty organization, then they may not pan out. until they get out of that situation and go to a second team, after their rookie deal is up. But I think Michael Penix Jr. and I think with Michael Penix Jr. and Caleb Williams, they have the best chance to pan out. And then we have to, see with Drake May. Because if Drake May goes to a team that doesn't have a good O line or coach or defense, I could see Drake May struggling too. So, and obviously he's got the worst team out of all the quarterbacks. North Carolina, a lot of their talent, went to the NFL. So, yeah, but I would definitely be rooting, for all five of those guys. And hopefully, they're going to have more of those guys pan out rather than the Trevor Lawrence draft where you had Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, and Trey Lance, where it looks like we only have one that panned out, Trevor Lawrence, and then another in Justin Fields that I think we want to root for, but he's got to get the fuck out of Chicago, or, right, they got to bring better pieces around him, better coaching and everything else. Nice fake. First down, Cardinals. I mean, if the Bears get the first pick in the draft, they can trade Justin Fields away, and then they can have Caleb Williams, but that's not going to solve all the problems. They need a better O-line, better weapons around them, better defense, better coach, better GM. So, if it ends up being the Broncos or Bears that get, the number one pick and get Caleb Williams, he's not going to solve those problems by himself, even as talented as he is. I mean, imagine Patrick Mahomes on the Bears or the Broncos. He's great. He's like the best quarterback in the league, but even Patrick Mahomes can't save those franchises by himself. He needs help, even as good as he is. The Bengals and the Bears, and the Broncos, they got a long ways to go. So, oh yeah. I mean, and if Michael Penix Jr. can be like Tua or better, imagine what that's going to do for the league, Big facts. Let me know what you want to do for photos, Chief. Well, Chief, I got you. 5-0 Rangers. We're fucked. 28-6 Ducks. We got NXT. No Mercy on right now as well. Out of bounds. Did he get that first down? Did he get it? First down, Stanford. Well, the problem with Denver, Matt, in that, obviously you look at the team, there's a lot of issues there. Like, I'm not even sure if Sean Payton is the right guy, but you got to get rid of Sean Payton. You got to get rid of Russell Wilson. You got to get 5 brand new linemen. You got to get wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends that don't get fucking hurt every fucking third game. You got to get a better defense. You got to get another Von Miller. Like, there's a lot of problems in Denver. It's not just like one or two pieces. Like, the Bears in Denver are in a worse situation than the Arizona Cardinals are. And that's saying something. Arizona actually looks like a better destination than those two squads. And that's not me being an asshole. That's just me being, observant and being real. And part of it is a mentality. You have to believe that you can win. And even the Cardinals with Joshua Dobbs looks better than what you got with the Broncos and the Bears. With Russell Wilson and Justin Fields that are supposedly better, but you have to believe. And also the Broncos are injury cursed, kind of like the Chargers. It doesn't matter. It seems like every fucking year their star players get hurt, and not only do they get hurt, they go out for the year. It's like Achilles, ACL, and then you're left with backups. It sucks. Incomplete. We're gonna throw Chief with Chief. We're gonna throw Chief with Chief a bone. Third down and 9 for Stanford. The cool thing is, though, is that once Caleb Williams goes to the NFL and he goes to an NFC team more than likely, then we'll have a Mahomes in each conference, which will be pretty cool. But again, if he ends up going to the Broncos or Bears, Caleb Williams ain't going to solve that problem by himself. There's going to need to be a lot of work, involved. It's not going to be like, oh, we got Caleb Williams, now we're going to the playoffs. Like he might struggle, and the team might be bad still for a couple of years. That's the reality. Good defense by the Ducks. Evan Williams all over that. Great defensive play by the Ducks, baby. No Swifty photos, though. No Taylor Swift. Only Kelsey. Appreciate you, Chief Will Chief. Chief Will Chief, who are your favorite players that are on the Chiefs right now and from back in the day? Like when you like, you know what I mean? Like if you were going to go buy a jersey and you had like unlimited money, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You can go get a Mitchell and Ness of Derek Thomas like right now, or you can end up getting a player, any jersey here or there. Oh, who are your favorite players, past and present? Kyler Murray, yeah. Well, Kyler Murray's gone. He's not on the team anymore. And plus, having a Kyler Murray on the team is terrible because he cares about baseball and video games. He's not even wanting to be an NFL player. Like, if you're not even focused on trying to be the best version of you, and you're thinking of like, oh, I could play baseball for the Athletics, or I'm going to be a pro gamer. Like, how good are you really going to be in the NFL? And now you're injury prone. Like, Kyler ain't even a top 10 quarterback anymore. Kyler's going to be in that category with like Carr and Cousins, and a few others, Trevor Lawrence. You're going to be kind of in that category, and Dak, and you might even start sliding past those guys instead of being like top 12. You might end up being like, closer to 13, 14, and 15, if you can't get healthy, you know. Yeah, shit, I know. Oh, I would wear a Derek Thomas jersey. I mean, I got one for fucking Holly. I got her a jersey long sleeve and a Mitchell and Ness, and I got a Cyberpunk one too. Hopefully, one day we can get Holly back in the room. Even if she can't donate. I don't know if that's part of it. From like all of the donations that she did. And all the support that she did, and then obviously with the finances changing, not being able to do that. Like, I don't know. There's nothing embarrassing about it. It's like I want to be able to help your mental health out. And if you're struggling either with mental health or physical health, we can help make things, a little bit better here. But we're definitely missing her. And, when you don't have a goat in the room like that, it affects the channel overall. It really does. Like the more that we have the goats in the room, the better that we're going to do. But when you don't have certain people in the room, it affects the channel in a negative way. So, oh, no worries, bro. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, even if she came back on a regular basis and couldn't donate, just doesn't have the finances to do it, that still would make me happier than not seeing her at all. You know, I think a lot of us do. 28-6 Ducks. Let's go, baby. Yeah, but the vibe, Chief will Chief at Autzen versus Colorado was so much fun, bro. And Mo Gumbo actually got ripped off, with the tickets, and then ended up getting another set. Think about how many people would actually do something like that for me. Like you try to get me tickets, and then someone steals your money, and then you get another set of tickets. Like most people would have gave up or would have been frustrated and whatnot. But I haven't been able to really do anything fun for myself for a long time. I mean, I'm working 7 days a week, doing fucking 25, reaction videos a week, streaming fucking every day, 1 to 3 games. Haven't taken a day off until I can't even tell you the last time I took a fucking day off. And so to be able to do something like that was really special. And I was able to give away some stuff. Take Dave, who hasn't been to a game in 10 years. I gave him a Stone Mariota jersey and a chain. Gave away another 4 chains. Now I only have 1 duck chain left. But at least I got one. But I definitely miss the goats for sure. Wow, that Lillard white Bucks jersey looks fire. Damn, I need to buy that. I need to buy that Air Whitey. That is clean. That Buck Zero is clean. I'm buying that. If I'm buying one jersey this year, it ain't a Blazer jersey. It ain't going to be a Scoot Henderson. It'll be a Dame Bucks jersey I'll put in the closet. Like it'll be the first time that I actually maybe wear a jersey other than a Blazer jersey in my life. I mean, besides like Mitchell and S jerseys and whatnot. Chris Jones deserves his money. Yes, he does. 30 doll hairs. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. 3rd down and 1. Go! Go! Go, Jordan James. Go, Jordan James. What a block. Yes. I mean, I think there's a few things, that kind of happen, So, obviously with the job situation, one, and then her health, I think, too. But I like I said, I don't know if she's is still a regular on the Grossi channel and she spends her time there and not here, or she's limited with her time and she's not really there that often. And I don't know. I mean, she can choose where she wants to be able to spend her time. But she did stop in a few weeks ago and drop a 40. But prior to that, we haven't had her on the channel in like 7 months. And I keep messaging her every few weeks, checking up on her to see if she's mentally doing okay with her mental health and physical health and whatnot. But I know she had a job situation and a health situation. So, okay. So, yeah. Touchdown, Ducks, 35-6, Oregon, baby. Chris Jones, Kelsey, Sneed, Jarius, Willie Gang. Okay. I'll throw up some of those photos for you. Erdala, that jersey is so clean, bro. Like I said, I haven't seen too many clean jerseys that I'm like, ooh, but that Dame white jersey, I'm buying that. I mean, or let somebody gifts it to me or whatever at one point or another. But if I get it, I don't want a screen print. I have to get its own one. Like it's too nice to be able to get a screen print of that jersey. Like I would have, even if I got to wait for it. That white stone though is nice, clean. Touchdown, Troy freaking Franklin. RPO screen pass, 35-6 when we were down 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. So they're available for pre-order. Nice. Are you guys wearing any throwback jerseys this year that are on the schedule, like the old school Milwaukee Bucks? Because if there was like a throwback option for a jersey, like besides their standard green and then the white and whatnot, like a throwback look, throwback look would be insane. Was it like Alvin Robertson back in the day, the old school look? Oh my. Throwback look would be just fucking bananas. First down and 10, less than 2 minutes to go, handoff. The defense Ducks. Ducks defense is actually pretty good. Like the Ducks defense might be one of the best in the Pac-12. Who would have thought? I thought that their defense was going to be one of the worst. And we're already about a month into the season. They actually look like they're one of the best in the Pac-12. That's saying something. But we still have to play Washington in Seattle and USC at home. And then we'll really see how good our defense is. If we can hold them to under 24 points, then you're going to be like, oh, shit, we're really good. But if they score 30 or more, then like we're all kind of even. Like our defense is good at times, but also our defense sucks at times. But if I'm looking at the defenses, like Oregon State's defense, might be two of the better defenses in the conference. Yeah, all I know is that on this channel here, we don't have toxic people, right? I boot them out. So we could have already been at 20,000 subs like a long fucking time ago, but I'm like to be able to preserve like our mental health and making sure like, we can keep the peace as much as possible. So in other people's streams, it's going to be toxic, but here, it's kind of a safe haven and a safe place where we can actually vibe and talk and discuss things and be there for each other. So I feel like if you separate yourself, I guess it could be okay for a while, but you want to make sure that you're not alienating yourself altogether. Because I mean, I've been down that road with depression and anxiety. And if you're not exercising, you're not listening to music, you're not talking to friends, you're not interacting with friends, either online or in person, you can go downhill a lot further than you think. And it's a lot harder to climb out of the hole, regardless if you can donate or not, and that's the one thing that I want to be able to have if you've made an imprint on this channel and things are tough, being here is the fastest way to get better. And if I didn't really believe that, I wouldn't say that. I feel that we can improve mental health, not just me, but the other people in the room a lot faster than other channels. It's a nice little luxurious sneed there for you. Appreciate you, Chief with Chief. All right, we're going to the fourth quarter. 35-6, baby. I love that. That's a cool one. I haven't seen this one. But reaction videos, hopefully we can get into the algorithm a little bit more, but we usually are getting about one or two that are getting into the algorithm, but it could be better. And as long as I keep doing them, we're going to gain subs. And I mean, I haven't really liked missing out on the fact of, skipping out on Sunday Night Football. But if I can, get more reaction videos out, we're going to able to get more subs that way. But subs also don't necessarily turn into goats, but hopefully, we can keep improving the sub count and it's not like the NFL's all year round. So if I have to sacrifice a Sunday Night Football game here and there to get more reaction videos done, that's going to help the channel long term. So yeah, yeah. But it's one thing to take a break from like a couple days, couple weeks, or like maybe a month. But when it's like 7 or 8 months, that's a long fucking time. You know what I mean? And also, we haven't heard from Jameson in a long time. Hopefully, he didn't pass away. We haven't heard from Mike in a minute, and Mike was kind of getting up there in age. Hopefully, he didn't pass away. My boy Armand passed away recently, and it's really tragic because he wasn't even that old. He was like in his 30s and whatnot. And that was me and my boy Brooks's boy, and I worked with him, at a couple locations and whatnot. And sometimes you don't really know what people are going through, mental health wise, or if they have issues with drinking or other things. And all of a sudden, you see your friend, and all of a sudden, a couple days later, they're gone and they're never coming back. And it's just sad. Got to make sure you check up on friends and whatnot. But ultimately, it's up to the person to, you know, be able to, make certain decisions and whatnot. So $30, 70 to go. All right, let me see if I can find like a Willie Gay or Bolton here. Oh, I got a brand new Willie Gay here for you. Appreciate you, Chief Chief. Touchdown, Oregon. That's what I like to hear. Touchdown, Oregon. Touchdown, Oregon. Knock, knock. Who's there? Touchdown, Oregon. But I'll tell you what, when you don't drink and then all of a sudden you go to Otts and you're doing shots and you're drinking, I'll tell you, even after I had like some prime rib and we went to go get dinner at a place in Wilsonville, on the way back from the stadium, I drank like 5 things of water, salad, prime rib, baked potato, all that. I didn't feel like myself until like literally later that night, like, or the next morning, so it definitely hits you a lot harder. You're like, oh, I can hang, and then you realize, oh shit, no, I can't, that's what happens when you go from drinking like Modelo Cheladas and a fucking 6 pack almost every day, and then not really drinking at all. And, I'm dropping 60 pounds and trying to change my life for the better. So 3rd down and 2. Hit him. There we go. Nice stop by the Ducks. Taki Taimani with the tackle. 35-6 Ducks, baby. So, Sarah, what do we want to do for tomorrow? I mean, tomorrow is like I can do the Bucks and the Saints in the morning, right? Or the Bills and the Dolphins. The Bills Dolphins game is going to be better, but obviously, me being as a Buck fan, like normally I want to be able to do Bucks Saints because we know how heated that rivalry is with Lattimore and Evans, right? So I can do a live stream of one of those games, right? Then we got reaction videos in the afternoon, and then we can do the Chief game in the evening, or I can skip it. I mean, I know the Chiefs are going to end up winning against the Jets, and it's going to be a fucking blowout. And I want to get those reaction videos done. So I guess it just kind of depends on what we want to do. But I don't mind, grinding it out, like doing the Bills and the Dolphins or the Saints and Bucks, and then doing reaction videos like 2 or 3, and then doing the Chief game or not doing the Chief game, and then continuing to do like 7 reaction videos. But each one that I do takes about an hour, so it's like it takes a while. But I actually have to look at the slate to actually see like what games and matchups are going to be on tomorrow. Oh shit! And then we got Falcons Jags internationally at 6:30 a.m. So I'll be up early. And Dolphins Bills will be lit. Broncos Bears, that'll make everyone go to sleep. Ravens Browns, Steelers Texans, Vikings Panthers, Rams Colts, Bucks Saints, Commanders Eagles, Bengals Titans, Raiders Chargers, Patriots Cowboys, Cardinals Niners, Chiefs Jets, and then Seahawks Giants. So it seems like a lot of the matchups are kind of average, except for some of the stuff in the morning. Dolphins Bills will be good, Bucks Saints will be good, but some of the matchups are like, nah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, but I guess I'll decide what we're going to end up doing. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we're already over 20,000, you know what I mean? That was the main goal, but like I said, the more reaction videos I can do on a Sunday and a Monday is gonna help us. Those are the times that people actually look those things up. Once it gets to Tuesday and Wednesday, it's you can still get views on them and whatnot, but I don't know, I'll have to sleep on it and I'll let you know, so. But like I said, I don't really like skipping out on the Chiefs. I know that game is going to be a blowout. You know what I mean? And I've skipped on the last 2 weeks for Sunday Night Football. So like we ended up doing what the Cowboys and the Giants, but it ended up turning into like a mental health stream where we were just like talking and stuff, and then we skipped the other two because the matchups were garbage. But Chiefs Jets isn't like terrible. At least you get to see the Chiefs do amazing things. Now, if Trevor Simeon was a quarterback instead of Zach Wilson, it would be better. But I don't know if he's still on the practice squad or just like the backup quarterback or whatnot. But Zach Wilson's absolutely fucking terrible. Andrew Luck, Stanford Athletics Hall of Fame. LaMichael James got honored at the game that I went to at Austin for the Hall of Fame. It was super dope. Always one of my favorites. Just like D'Anthony Thomas, Herbert, Harrington, Mariota, Haloti Ngata, Butch. Butch with Tyler Bate, who looks like Jericho. Lionheart Jericho with his hair. With the slot bucket. 35-6 Ducks. First down and 10, 14 minutes to go. Let's go, Bo. Let's pour it on. Let's get to 49. 2 more touchdowns before the game's over. 49-6. We beat Colorado 42-6. And that's nice with the Ducks being on the road and being down 6-0 after the first quarter, and us ripping off 35 on the road. Oh, Johnson dropped it. That could have been big. The sad thing is who's going to win between the Broncos and the Bears? Like, it's the battle of the bads, but who's going to win? I don't even know if anyone really has an answer. Because, both teams have had moments, but they've also had terrible moments too. Oh, wide receiver or tight end. You already know. Screen pass. Wide receiver on the left, wide receiver on the right, wide receiver in the slot, and then tight end. Bingo, bango, bongo. Single season program record last year, 71.9%. Completion percentage this year, almost 80% for Bo Nix. Is that good? I know it's crazy. It's already October. October's very own Ovo. I might have to rock my my Drake hoodie. There we go, Bucky. First down, Ducks. Let's go. Emergency tight end if Dulcich or Troutman go down, or when they go down. Dulcich already injured, bro. I just hope that you guys can get off that injury bug. It's like the Broncos are almost like the new Chargers, where it's like you guys can't stay healthy no matter what, and it sucks. I hate it. I hate when I see that happen over and over and over, especially to your guys' skill position players. And also, too, both teams haven't been the same since you guys got rid of your superstars. Roquan Smith, bye-bye, right? Khalil Mack, bye-bye for the Bears. Von Miller, bye-bye. Bradley Chubb, bye-bye. And then the defense, bye-bye for both squads. The defenses actually used to be pretty cool for both of the squads, and now it's like, damn, what happened? But at least the Broncos still got Jeffrey Simmons and or not Simmons, but they got Simmons and they got Patrick Surtain, and then Simmons. First and goal on the 9. Come on, Ducks. 2 more touchdowns. Bo Nix right there. Touchdown, Ducks, baby. Holden with a tutty. What if the Ducks win the Pac-12, Matt? What if we actually beat Washington and USC? How awesome would that be? I got to find a way to get to that USC game in Oregon. I don't know if it'll be possible, but who knows? Maybe I'll get gifted tickets, or I'll maybe be able to, find a way to get down there. I guess it just depends if Dono's improve enough. But it's definitely been challenging in 2023 compared to 2022. That's for damn sure. Extra point is up, and it's good. 6-0 Stanford, now 42-6 Ducks, baby. Oh, yeah. Well, I get that'll be the real test, depending on if we beat USC and we beat Washington. But if we lose to both of those teams, those will probably be our only 2 losses. I think we'll be able to beat everybody else as long as we don't lose to Oregon State at the end. That could be a trap game too. So far, this NXT No Mercy's been pretty good. Rangers 5, Mariners 0. Our season's over. That's great. I mean, we do have JP Haggerty in France. We have bases loaded, and we are really good. And Julio is up. And we're going to have opportunities, but come on, Julio. Bases loaded. Gino is up. Come on, baby. Wow. Bases loaded, and the Mariners get nothing. End of the 5th inning, 5-0 Rangers. Fucking A. We just can't beat the Rangers. Nothing we can do. We just can't beat them. We can beat the shit out of the Astros, but when it comes to the Rangers, we just can't do nothing. That sucks. Yeah, I'll be pulling for the Orioles, though. Like I said, if the Mariners are not in, I'll be going for Orioles, Braves, Dodgers. I mean, obviously Dodgers for my dad, but the Braves are the better team. And I'm going to be hoping that we get an Orioles Braves World Series instead of an Astros Braves World Series. But if we get Astros Braves, it'll be the most entertaining because then you're going to be either rooting for the Braves to win or lose, or rooting for the Astros to win or lose. So, but I would like to see the Orioles make it, but that'll be tough. I mean, if Texas can make it, I wouldn't mind them being in, there. But I mean, nobody really knows what's going to happen. All right, talk soon. 42-6 Ducks. Let's go, baby. Keep pouring it on. We got to be able to show our dominance. That way, when we play Washington and USC, they know what's up. They might have a better quarterback than us, but overall, our squad, we're playing very confident. Career ranks for Andrew Luck, first in completion, second in passing yards, first in passing TDs, 9 300-yard games. That's tied for third. Two-time conference offensive player of the year. Too bad you guys couldn't have got an offensive line to protect him. Maybe he'd still be in the league today. But again, when you don't love the game anymore, you can't make a guy want to play something that he doesn't want to play after all the rehab that he went through. Oh, nice run there by the Stanford Cardinal. Yeah, if we can beat UW, I mean, I don't think we're going to win that game, but I mean, hopefully we can keep it close. You never know. But Michael Penix Jr., I mean, he's like Tua. Hell, he might be better than Tua, so. You love the Astros, Sarah. Number one fan. Astros. You love all the cheating. I love the fans that they never can, They never can admit. They're like, no, what are you talking about? Everyone cheats, they say. That's the first thing. Everyone cheats. Oregon versus Washington next. Woo, baby. Saturday, October 14th. Huskies won 37-34 last year because Bo Nix got fucking hurt with his ankle. Couldn't run a goddamn RPO. We would have won that. And we've won 15 out of the last 18 meetings over UW. So that is going to be amazing. You know I'm streaming that. Hell, if I was rich, I would go. I would definitely go up there, even if it's hostile. Up there. I would love to see Michael Penix Jr. in person. I never got to see him in person, and that would have been awesome. But yeah, let me know how you feel, Matt. Third down and 2. But if we go up to Washington and we blow them out, or even if we end up winning by 1, it's going to be amazing. I mean, I'm already anticipating it's going to be a very, very hard game to be able to win. But if we can make some plays on defense and run the ball effectively with Bucky Irving, why not? I mean, I don't think it's like they're that much better than us. Like, USC and Washington are good, but Oregon is right there. It's not like we're that far behind. We're all equal. And hell, maybe our defense is the best one out of the 3 between USC and UW. Maybe our defense is the best. And if that's the case, then we have a good chance of winning both of those games or at least splitting. So 8:20 to go, 42-6. Roberts, I see you. But the Ducks have been very, very impressive. Like I said, I'm very critical, of Oregon, and I honestly thought going into the season that we were going to have one of the bottom 3 defenses in the conference, and to be able to see them play like this, through the first month of the season, showing that maybe we have the best defense in the Pac-12, it is shocking. I'm not sure how many NFL players that we really got on this defense. We don't got Kayvon Thibodeau. We don't got McKinley. We're very young, but the guys have stepped up and played pretty fucking good. But we haven't really had a big test yet either. Once we end, Colorado, you can say, they don't have a defense, but Washington will be the first real test. And if we end up beating them 42-6, which is not going to happen, or even if we win 42-21 or whatever, people are going to be like, damn, maybe Oregon is a Pac-12 championship kind of team, But to me, it's going to be 3 of those teams, Oregon, Washington, USC. 2 of them are going to play in the Pac-12 championship, and I hope to hell it's Oregon, but it wouldn't shock me if it's Washington, USC. And if it's those 2, who the hell is going to win between those 2? Maybe Washington. USC's offense is great with Caleb, but so is Michael Penix Jr. Like, Caleb might be the first pick in the draft, but if Michael Penix Jr. is the next Tua, who's to say that they can't win? We'll see. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is like the best the Pac-12 has ever been. So it's like the most exciting time. I wish our conference was going to still be here. I'm very, very still sour that, the conference does not exist anymore, but at least we're in the Big Ten. Get him! Wow, first down, Stanford, move the chains. Nice run there on 4th down. Yeah, Shaw was the man. Wisconsin plays Rutgers. Oh, you got that. At home or on the road? Shotgun set. Get him. God, that duck speed is nice. Gangrene, baby. Let's go. No, but that throwback, Erdala, that was exactly what I was talking about. Like I like the Toronto Raptor jersey, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady with the dinosaur on it. I like that throwback. The Grizzlies throwback with like Bryant Reeves back in the day, and then the Ray Allen throwback. I mean, there's certain throwbacks that really, really pop, but I love those ones. Let's go. Second down and 13. 5:45 left in the fourth quarter. We got to hold them to no tutty. You know, if they want to go for a field goal, fine, or if they want to go for it on fourth down and we can hold them, but we really, really sweet right here if we can get a pick six, you know, and just fucking run it back for like an 80-yard tutty. Of course, Stanford is just trying to be able to get to double digits here, so I don't want to be greedy or anything like that. But a pick six or a fumble for a touchdown would be fantastic. But maybe they're just going to run the football. It doesn't look like they're really wanting to throw the football if they don't have to, even though they're down by, 36 points? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Get him. Get him. Yeah. 12 noon. You know what time it is? An Oregon Duck sack lunch. Quack, 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 quack. Let's go. Great performance. Jerry Mixon, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love it. And I'm a defensive guy, so it's like, you know, all this Bo Nix and Bucky Irving, Noah Whittington, Troy Franklin, and yeah, you know, James. You know, it's cool to see those guys, but I'm a defensive guy through and through. So, you know, when I have a team like the Ducks that normally isn't defense, it hurts. You know, it sucks. But then this year, you know, Dan Lanning is, oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A fourth down sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Hell yeah. This makes me happier than anything. Like, it's cool to put up 40, 50, 60 points, but when your defense plays well, when you're not known for being a defensive team, that makes me happier than anything. Elliot in the building, what's good? 42-6, baby. Yes, sir. How are you, Elliot? What's good, brother? What are you doing tomorrow, Elliot? Besides watching the Bucks and the Saints, I'm trying to decide on what I want to be able to do tomorrow. Do I want to do the Dolphins and Bills game, or just do a reaction video to it, or do I want to do the Bucks and the Saints? Do I want to do that at 10 a.m.? You know, it's like I'm kind of torn on what game I want to do in the morning. You know, and then also if I do the Chief game versus the Jets, or if I just do reaction videos after the morning game. Like I don't really know what I want to do. It's like Bucks Saints reaction videos, 2 or 3, and then Sunday Night Football, or do I want to do Bills and Dolphins and then reaction videos like 2 or 3, and then the Chief game, or do I want to do Bucks Saints or the Dolphins Bills and then do reaction videos all day after and then skip Sunday Night Football? Like I don't really know what I want to do yet. I'm torn a little bit. Yeah. I mean, what do you think, bro? Like, I mean, the Saints fan base supports me through and through, and there would be nothing better for them if they show up to be able to talk smack and beat me, and then Mike Evans, Lattimore, you know. But then it's like the Bucks Saints, of course, they have to play on the same fucking time where we have one of the best matchups all year with the Bills and the Dolphins. I mean, the only other matchup that's like that is maybe Cowboys Niners, which is coming up, which the Niners will win more than likely. But you know, the Bills have a chance, you know, but we'll see. Reflect in the building. What's good, brother? Yeah, I wish we could say the same for our Mariners, man. That sucks. You know what I mean? Bases loaded for Julio, and we're down 5-0. It seems like the season's over there. Yeah, I'm thinking that I'll do the Saints and the Bucks. I mean, I can't see any situation in my life of skipping that matchup. Like, you know, I have to do that game twice a year. Like, if I'm gonna skip other Bucks games, fine, but I can't skip that one. You know what I mean? And then maybe we'll watch the Dolphins and the Bills. I'll watch it at the same time, so we can, like, you know, and then I'll do reaction videos to both of those after. So thank you so much, Reflect. I appreciate you. Yeah, we were down 6-0 after the first quarter, and then we went on a nice little tear there. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you tremendously. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $10 holla. Let me know what you want to see for photos, and I got you, brother. Yeah, but definitely I'll be watching the Dolphins and the Bills. I'm not going to not watch that. I have to watch that. Like, that's going to be watched at the same time as I call the Saints and Bucks game tomorrow then. So that's probably what we'll do. We'll do Saints Bucks, but I'll watch the Dolphins and the Bills. And then we'll do reaction videos to both of those after, and then maybe one more. And then I got to decide if I want to do the Chiefs and the Jets, and we do that also, or if I skip it and then just do reaction videos. And then we'll do Monday Night Football, which will be Giants and Seahawks, which is kind of a shitty matchup. But I know Rooftop and Jay Trident are going to be streaming, and they want to hop on the stream with me here. But I don't know what the format's going to look like with my football cards if I have two people on the stream. So they might join me on the stream tomorrow. I know he's going to stream himself, but if he's streaming and I'm streaming and he hops on mine, then it'll be live on his channel and my channel. So we'll figure it out. I mean, like I said, I told him I don't really have a problem with collabing with him and Jay Trident. It's just that I don't know what the stream is going to look like since I have the football cards on the side. If I have two other windows open, and what it's going to look like. So Lamar, Tua, or Fields? That's a good question. I mean, if you're looking at production, Fields has been terrible. Lamar has not been very good, and Tua's been the man. So even though they're going against the Bills, and the Bills put up a 31 fantasy point effort against the Commandos and shut him out, if it was me, I would probably go Tua. Because even though he gets picked maybe once or twice, if that happens, he should still throw for 250 to 350 yards, and maybe he doesn't get picked off. Maybe he throws for 2, 3, 4 touchdowns. Who knows? Like at the very worst, Tua's stats when he has a bad game, that should still be better than what Fields and Lamar do, you would think. Like even if Tua has a bad game, what is he going to put up? Like 15? And that's probably what you would get from Lamar or Fields, or maybe even lower. If they had a bad game, Lamar and Fields would be at like 8, But Tua in a bad game is 15. But if Tua has a good game, 30 to 45, or if he has a normal game, 25 to 30. So I don't know. If it's me, I'm going Tua. Regardless if they're on the road at Buffalo or not, I'm not afraid of them. If I'm Tua and I got fucking Waddle coming back, more than likely, or even if I don't, and I got fucking Tyreek, who the fucking guard Tyreek? Nobody. There's no one on planet Earth that can guard Tyreek or Jay Jetta, period. I don't care who the corners are. It's not like Deion's playing right now. So even though the matchup might be tougher, I mean, that's what I would do. I would go Tua. You have to ride it out with him. You're going to have some good games and bad games, but what's the lowest Tua's going to get? Bad game, 15? Good game, 45 to 50, or an amazing game, 40 points, 40 to 50. And then if he has like a normal game for Tua, 20 to 30 points. Like, do we really think the Bills secondary is that good that they're going to shut, Tyreek and Waddle and the rest of the crew down? They may run the ball a little bit more than, that they want, but Michael Penix Jr., baby, coming up next. I'll be watching. And I'll continue to do reaction videos there too. Reflect, did you get a chance to watch the Michael Penix reaction video I did last week? Because I'm doing them for you. So every reaction video I'm doing like Caleb Williams for Megan and Michael Penix Jr. for you and me, and Bo Nix obviously for me and any of the Duck fans. And if I can squeeze in a little Quinn Ewers. I still haven't done any Drake Mays, but he hasn't really played that well. A lot of his games have been like 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. So I haven't really wanted to do one. Oh, you did? Okay, good. I would go Novosad. I think Ty Thompson's very limited in what he can do. He's been underneath, waiting, but I think he's kind of mistake prone. So I think that Ty Thompson is a lot of Duck fans are rooting for him. But I think that even though Novosad is kind of small, he kind of reminds me of like a Jeff Garcia, where he's a little bit, he's got that swagger about him. And I think if you give him time and we have a good O-line, I think Novosad could be more successful. Ty is just a backup, I don't really see him being a starter. And if Ty is the starter, what are we going to win? 7 games? I don't want to go 7-5. I mean, that's just my perspective. So Lamar, because they played the Colts and he got you 28. But then in week 1, he put up a 6. And the worst Tua has done is 13. So who does each team play? But Lamar is going against the Browns, and I have the Browns defense. You don't want that. Browns defense, I'm going to get fucking 10 to 14 points. And I benched fucking Mark Andrews for Laporta. So, and Andrews could end up scoring twice against the Browns if the defense is stout. I get that. Final score: Ducks 42, Stanford 6. But yeah, that's up to you. But Lamar against the Browns D, no thank you. Browns D is the stingiest defense in football. I should know because I got him in fantasy. And then Fields is you can't trust him. So Fields is a fucking no. I wouldn't even roster Fields. I had him last year with Herbert and Geno Smith, but Fields is not the same kind of quarterback anymore. If it was me, I wouldn't even roster Fields. I would just have Lamar and Tua. So Lamar against the Browns, no. Fields against the Broncos, yeah, he could end up having a decent game, but it's iffy. I would go Tua. It wouldn't even matter who he's going against. It's just Tua. Tua here, Tua there, Tua everywhere. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just giving you my perspective. I mean, it sucks because I'm playing Sarah too, and I want Sarah to get a dub. And this is probably one of the first times Sarah has been 0-3 or 0-4, with the talent. But again, if your draft, isn't good, or it could have been better, or you have injuries, which Sarah has had with Burrow and Chubb. I mean, it's really tough and really hasn't played up to expectations. I mean, Diggs is awesome, Hawkinson is awesome, Pittman's been okay, but your kicker, your defense, quarterback, running backs, when you don't have those positions hitting and the bench is maybe could be better, it's a little thin. It's hard to be able to get dubs and whatnot. So, Gumbo in the building. What's good? Yeah, same exact score from last week. But the crazy thing, Gumbo, we were down 6-0 after the first quarter, and then we ended up, going 42-6. And like I said, I wouldn't tell you to drop someone like Fields if I saw like potential, but I don't see any potential there with DJ Moore or Cole Kmet. And the big thing is they don't have Montgomery there anymore with Khalil Herbert. That's what gave them the option to be able to run those RPOs because of the threat of Montgomery doing Montgomery things. I started Montgomery with the Lions. What happened? He scored fucking 3 tutties after a thigh bruise. So it shows you it's not just Justin Fields. It's the coaching, it's the O-line, it's the defense, and no David Montgomery, whether they want to admit it or not. But Montgomery is a big reason why the Bears are sucking right now, with obviously everything else being crappy. So, and I saw your list. I'll give you your winners. And you know what? We could have actually been closer because I took a chance and I said that I wanted in my heart the Saints and the Falcons to win, but I had a feeling that the Lions and Packers were going to win that week. So I decided to go against my thinking and just going for NFC South. That would have been 2 more wins that we would have had, and we would have only been 1 game behind. But I decided to rep the NFC South like kind of an idiot. And I actually thought the Saints were going to win. I figured the Lions were going to beat the Falcons, but sometimes shit happens, and but you sometimes you just you want the team to win even though they might lose. But I wanted to rep the NFC South, and it bit us, and we got 2 losses there, even though the Saints should have beat the Packers with all those injuries. But with that being said, at least we're not in last place. I'm trying to do my best for you, just off the top, and I'll give you the winners, based off what I think. But there's always going to be upsets in the NFL that I can't predict, and injuries and whatnot. But I'll give you my list of winners, and hopefully we can end up getting in the top and whatnot. So you got Browns D on the bench, and you start the Saints D. Yeah. Yeah, well, if you got the Saints and the Browns, your money. I mean, like I said, you got to be able to have those positions. And like I tell people, the positions that people take for granted the most are defense and kicker. And like I said, you can have 7 really good pieces at quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end and a flex. But if your kicker and defense are ass, you're going to lose. Because sometimes there's going to be people like me or Elliott or someone else that can somehow, some way, get 20 to 40 points out of their kicker and defense, and then you're going to lose. If you only get 5 or 8 points combined out of your kicker and your defense, you're fucked. And that's why I make sure I typically have a couple kickers, and usually 2 to 3 defenses. I make sure that I have, as good of a bench. Like I try to make sure my bench is better than Team 9 and Team 10 in the league, like right up there. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, Fields is very suspect. Well, Gumbo, thank you so much again for the opportunity to go to the Ducks game. Like I said, I ended up giving Mariota jersey sewn out of my own personal collection to Dave. He hadn't been to a game in 10 years. I met up with everyone at the tailgate. I gave the girl, the wife of the guy that you talked to, I gave her a duck chain. I gave my buddy Dave a duck chain out of my personal collection. I met up with my buddy Brooks that I haven't seen in a couple of years, of the beat maker. I gave him and his roommate and his roommate's brother a chain. Fantastic game, fantastic tailgate. Great experience. And like I said, I haven't really been able to do anything for myself. And that was something really special that you did for me, and I'll never forget it, man. And like I said, I haven't even been to a Duck game in like a year and a half prior to last week, and it was Colorado, so that was super cool. I mean, if I can go to one more game this season, I'm hoping I can find a way to go to USC. But if I'm not able to go, I'm not able to go. But if I am, that would be amazing too. So Cowboys D dropped to 35, right? But also too, the Cowboys D a couple weeks later ended up dropping like a very bad score where they dropped like a 0. Because I remember. Let me see here. So they're number one ranked, the Dallas D, but 35 against the Giants, 16 against the Jets. And then you assume that you were going to get 10 to 20 against the Cardinals and -2. And that's what made them lose. So sometimes, even when you have one of the number one ranked Ds, and you assume that everything is going to go good, because, starting against the Cardinals, yeah, we're going to mollywop them, right? They should have put up 10 to 35. But, the big thing is that the Cowboys lost who? Their starting corner. And if you lose a piece like that, it's not Micah Parsons, but that definitely affected the game plan. And then now you kind of have the blueprint on how to beat the Cowboys in that amazing defense. You just run the ball down their throat and they can't stop it. And if Diggs is out for the year, the Cowboy defense isn't going to be as good as they were in the first 2 weeks. Well, they still scored 10 to 20 here and there. Yeah, but they're going to have some negative ones and some like low, 4s and 6s and 8s, even with Micah Parsons. So, good facts. Nice job, Bo Nix. Oh, yeah. Good win for the Ducks, especially being down 6-0 and looking like shit. And giving away 5 duck chains that run about 30 apiece. As I think about it now, I kind of wish I still had them, but also, too, I know I made a good memory for the 5 people that I gave them to. So, and I can always get more from Brian. He can always hook me up. Or if I have to, I can always go to the duck store and buy them. But I know if I messaged him, he would send me some in the mail. But sometimes doing a nice gesture for someone like Mo Gumbo did for me, or what I did for these people, at the game, it made me feel good. I even tried to sneak my buddy Brooks and his 2 friends in the row that we were in, and I had this Karen that was like told me to walk around, like I didn't have like my seat didn't belong there. You know what I mean? And she, I'm not going to RKO anybody, but I almost went off on her. I'm like, I'm not fucking walking around. I don't know who the fuck you are, or how drunk you are, or if you think you're fucking entitled, but I'm sitting here and stuff. And I tried to get him in there, but there was just no room. Yeah, but Dave had a really, really good time, and yeah, it was a fantastic experience, man. Nobody saw Arizona beating Dallas. Every week you're gonna have 1 or 2 like what the hell, like type of things, and sometimes there's a blueprint that is made, but also Joshua Dobbs is better than advertised. Hell, Kyler's injured. He's not coming back anytime soon. And we all thought the Cardinals were going to be the number 1 pick consensus. Like no doubt. But obviously the Bears and the Broncos are much worse. The Cardinals actually have pieces. James, the Terminator, Kana, Hollywood Brown. Those guys are kind of nice. Now they need more than that, but it is what it is. Like the Cardinals actually are kind of like a cool destination. Like if Michael Penix Jr. went to the Cardinals, that would actually be kind of dope. And if Caleb Williams, went there, it would be better than going to Denver. Sorry, Matt. Or going to the Bears. Like the Bears and Denver are not in a good situation. And I don't even give a shit about Sean Payton. That is not good. Like you might have to fire him, but they won't. And they're just going to fire Russ, and then they'll try to find someone. But I don't know. There's a lot of problems that you have to fix with the Broncos and the Bears. Now the Vikings are in a great situation. They're just 0-3. They should be 1-2, beating the Bucks. But the Vikings are the 0-3 team that should be 2-1 or 1-2, and they'll be fine. They just need to find another running back, find another wide receiver, get that O-line firmed up, get better defense, and then move on from Kirk Cousins, and then maybe draft a quarterback. And maybe the Vikings will get Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, Michael Penix Jr. Can you imagine Michael Penix Jr. throwing to Jay Jetta? Could happen. Could happen. So, yeah. Well, reflect. You got all the fucking running backs, you and Jerry. I'm looking at your guys' teams. I mean, reflect. You got Mostert, you got Swift, you got Pierce, you got Barkley, you got Hall, you got Connor, you got Ford. Like you literally are just sitting on all the running backs on your team. Literally, like all of them. You got like 8 fucking running backs on your squad. Hey, but if it works out for you, good, because essentially the guys that you have on the bench, that means no one can use those guys against you. So so you're blocking essentially people that if someone else would have got forward, they could use that piece against you. So even though that you're leaving a lot of points on your bench every week, like I do, that just means your team is badass. That your team is so good that you got guys on the bench that you could start, and that's essentially what you want. You want to have so many good players in fantasy that you have so many points on your bench. It looks like you're going to lose, but essentially that you're just, you have to make that right decision, and hopefully you don't leave too much on the bench. So you are hoarding. You are hoarding. Yeah. But the thing is, if you hoard too many running backs and then you're weaker at certain positions, it's going to prevent you from getting to the playoffs or maybe the championship. Because I used to be that way too. Where I would hoard the running backs as well. But then if you do that, maybe the defense isn't as good. Maybe kicker could have been a little bit better. Maybe tight end could have been a little bit better. Wide receivers could have been a little bit better. But again, it's a give and a take. Yeah, Barkley and Hall. And look who you got. Dude, like literally, you have the running backs that I would have wanted on my team. The guys that you got right now. The guys that I would want are Mostert and Swift. That's who I would start. With the lineup. And even though you can't use Barkley and Hall, and then on top of that, you got Connor and Ford. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, you got enough running backs, stacked up. It's crazy. Like almost every running back that you got, besides your 2 injured ones, can put up 20 points. That's nice. It's like your running backs are like my wide receivers. I got Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keenan Allen, and Mike Evans. So like what you got in running back, I got in wide receiver. And when you got that, it's really hard to beat a team that has that many good pieces. Like 4 top 10 receivers, 3 in the top 5. Last year I had Saquon, Nick Chubb, and Josh Jacobs, and I had 3 of the top 4 running backs. But again, sometimes you can only take you so far. So Goddard versus Washington or Kittle versus shit, I'd probably go Kittle. I don't trust Goddard with all the other options that they have there. His numbers haven't been very good. But that's just me, but you have to look at who you're playing and where you're going and whatnot. So, well, I got NXT No Mercy on right now, and let me see what's going on here. Do I even want to? Mariners are still down 5-0. I guess I might as well turn it on. I was going to try to go eat dinner or take Paisley on another walk here, and then we got to decide what we want to do tomorrow. Do we want to Buck Saints reaction videos and then do the Chiefs and Jets, or do reaction videos, the whole day? I don't know, because like I said, I would assume, I don't know about you guys in the room, if you guys watch my reaction videos or not. I know a lot of the newbies that we're trying to get to convert to subs, that's typically where the reaction videos are going. Some people watch both. Some people just do the live stream. Some people only do the reaction videos, but 5-0 Rangers. Hold up. Goddard hasn't put up 10, but you have a feeling. What is it? A green matchup? Is it a neutral matchup, or is it a red matchup? Oh, they're going against the Commanders. And the Commanders fucking played like shit. I mean, they got a good D line, but they do have problems sometimes with their linebackers and their secondary. So, yeah, Goddard could put up 10 against that Commander team at home also. That is true. I see what you're saying there. That is true. Because, I mean, if you're going to be able to, but also, too, we could see something crazy happen like Washington upsetting Philadelphia, or maybe that D line plays a little bit better than we anticipate. The D line is very, very good, but as far as after the D line in Washington, there's problems in the linebacker and secondary for them. So, yeah, that's tough. I don't know. For me, I would have to look and see the matchup. And then Kittle's got Arizona, and I know Kittle could get some yards there too. But yeah, that'll be something that you're gonna have. You have to just trust your gut. Kittle, I normally would be playing every week over Goddard, no matter what. But against the Commandos, there will be a little. but it also depends on targets. How many targets does Goddard gain, game in and game out? Normally his targets are not as high as Kittle's. And Kittle is a better runner after the catch, too. Better yak yards with Kittle, better upside with Kittle. But every once in a while, Goddard will have a good game and score once or twice, and maybe this is the game he does it. But what happens if you put Goddard in and he puts up a 3, and then all of a sudden Kittle is on your bench and puts up 20? You know, can you live with yourself with that if that happens? You know. All right, I got the baseball game on here on Fox. We got Rangers 5, Mariners 0, bottom of the 7th. So pretty much if we lose this game, it's over. Yeah, I don't know. If I was you, I mean, even if Goddard puts up a 15, fuck it. I would still play Kittle. You know, fantasy football is trust with me. It's like, when you date someone or, you have friends, it's all about trust, honesty, loyalty, respect, trust. And if I don't trust you, I'm not fucking playing you. Hell, if I don't trust you, you're not even on my fucking team. I'm dropping your ass. You're on the bench or you're on the fucking wire. So, I mean, we're only in week 4, and I've made more moves. I think I've made almost 40. So, I don't leave people on my bench just sitting there collecting dust. If I don't trust you, you're gone, and I'm going to get someone better. But the wire is starting to get thinner in our league now, and that's why it's so essential in the first 3 weeks to find those gems, because once you get past week 3, the wire is super, super thin, and then you got to be able to find guys that other people drop and add those people to your roster. That's why those first 3 weeks in fantasy are very essential to make big moves. And if you don't make moves, you're probably not going to make the playoffs, or you're not going to be very good. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I don't assume that we're going to win. I would assume the Saints are going to win that game, and to hold the Bucks under 20 is a very good chance. I think that you guys can do it. Hell, the Saints got one of the best defenses on planet Earth. Eagles, Niners, Saints, Cowboys before they lost Diggs. But if I'm going with like defenses that I trust, Niners, Eagles, Saints. Those are the ones that I trust. Oh, and Browns. Those are the 4 defenses I fucking trust with my heart through and through. Some of these games are going to be close in this. Miami and Buffalo could go either way. Denver and Chicago could go either way. Cleveland should win, but Baltimore could win. Cincinnati and Tennessee, who the fuck knows? Rams and Indy, who the fuck knows? Tampa and Nolans, should be Nolans, but Tampa could win. Washington and Philly, you would think Philly, but what happens if Washington upsets them? Minnesota and Carolina, you would assume Minnesota, but who the fuck knows? Pittsburgh and Houston, I don't know. I mean, you would think Pittsburgh, but Houston actually has been playing pretty good with CJ Stroud. Raiders and Chargers, who the fuck knows? New England and Dallas, should be Dallas. Arizona and the Niners, Niners. Kansas City and the Jets, Kansas City. Seattle and the Giants, Seattle. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, the first 6 or 7 matchups, I don't know. They're 50-50 matchups this week. So I don't trust Jameis at all either. I would think you'd have a better chance with Taysom Hill. But again, this is the Buccaneers we're talking about. Sometimes we play good, sometimes we play like shit. And it's a revenge game for Jameis to play against his former team. So that might give him an extra juice, or he might throw a pick 6 or have a bad interception. But then also he might end up having a 60-yard bomb with Olave where, you throw it perfectly and then that gets momentum. And AK-41's coming back. This is his first game back, right? So if they hand the ball off to him, he might score once or twice. So if he's in shape, I don't know if he's in shape yet or not, but, we'll have to wait and see. Munoz in the 8th. We're down 5-0. Yeah, so this week might be the week for Mo Gumbo for me to help him out, where I get the most picks wrong because I honestly don't know who's going to win half of the games this week. I try to predict the most that I can for you to help you, get higher in the rankings and whatnot, and I'm not going to be perfect, but this week makes me nervous because I feel like I'm going to get more picks wrong this week than the first 3 weeks combined. I really don't know. A lot of average playing average, a lot of mid playing mid, Like, okay, this mid team or this mid team, this shit team and this shit team. What shit team is going to actually play better than this shit team? I don't know. Home field advantage is going to play a factor. Who the fuck knows? I mean, the matchups are kind of shitty this week. So the Bucks, 11th time to hold a team under 20. Yeah. We're not going to hold the Saints under 20. Are you kidding me? Saints are getting over 20 on the Buccaneers. That's 100%. You're definitely getting over 20 points. I mean, even if it is Jameis, they'll hand the ball off. Maybe Jameis only throws for one, but maybe Taysom Hill throws for a RPO touchdown, or you know what I mean. It might not have to be just Jameis. Maybe there'll be some trickery. And I would assume, running backs will get in with at least one, and maybe a special teams touchdown or a pick six or a fumble for a touchdown. I mean, who knows? So, yeah, but I don't trust Jameis. But every once in a while, he'll play decent. The Ducks are 5-0. I love that. We have a bye week, and then we got to play UW, and then we'll really find out how good we really are. Hopefully, we can beat UW and USC, but if we were going to lose 2 games, those would be the 2 games we would lose. So, yeah, I know. Really? Wow, that's crazy. So what place are we in with the picks? Now, if I would have picked the Lions and the Packers like I originally was going to pick, but I let my heart decide instead of my brain, and I said, "Oh, NFC South," and I decided to go Falcons and Saints, and that fucked us right there. But I mean, we're not doing horrible. It sounds like we're doing okay. But for as much as I covered the league, I would hope that we're doing halfway decent. But again, oh God, 6-0 Rangers. I don't know if I can watch this anymore. This is getting depressing. Now we are getting murked out here. Right, but the thing is, if like Jamel Dean isn't playing and the secondary is a little bit banged up, there is opportunities there. Now our linebackers and our front seven for the Bucks are pretty good, but the secondary is Antoine Winfield Jr. is a stud, but it's like we don't have Sean Murphy Bunting anymore. Maybe Jamel Dean, is playing, maybe he's not, and obviously we saw what the Jets did with our player that's no longer there. He had 3 picks week 1. So it's like our secondary isn't as good as it was when we had Tom Brady. That's for damn sure. No, you're good, Mo Gumbo. I understand. You're good. I just appreciate you. Popped up by the Rangers. This is disgusting. A Debo, yeah, you need a Debo to be playing too. So the Saints Bucks stream in the morning at 10 a.m. We also will be watching the Dolphins and the Bills at the same damn time, and I'll comment on that. And then I'll do reaction videos to the Saints and the Bucks and the Bills and the Dolphins and maybe one other game. And then we'll have to decide if I do the Chiefs and the Jets Sunday Night Football or if I skip it and I do 4 or 5 additional reaction videos. So that'll be a decision. But for the time being, I guess we will do the Bucks and the Saints tomorrow. I think that sounds like the plan. Even though that Bills and Dolphins matchup is very intriguing. I mean, we know that one's going to be a fucking really, really good. Maybe I'll change my mind in the morning and I'll do that instead. But I just find it hard to believe. I mean, the Saints fan base is one of the strongest on the channel, and I don't know if they're going to show up if we do the game tomorrow. But I mean, I know anytime the Saints fans can, give me a couple jabs. Like it's always fun to watch Saints and Bucks with Saints fans. 9 was the highest. Yeah. What did we get last week? 7. So Rays, Blue Jays, Astros, Twins, bye-bye Mariners. Adebo's out, yeah. God, this is depressing. 6-0 fucking Rangers. But again, sweeping the Rangers after when we played them at the beginning of the year, we were only 1-5 before we got into the Rangers at the end of the year. So I already knew this shit was going to happen. It just took a J.P. Crawford hit RBI at the very last batter of the game 2 games ago, and then us to go 8-0 and him to hit a grand salami yesterday. At some point, your luck is going to run out, and of course, it was Castillo fucking up today. So Third place. Oh yeah, I was talking to you. And how many people are doing it in the at the bar that you're doing it for? Since I'm the ringer and we're trying to win money and we're trying to give you some swag and some like, oh, Mo Gumbo's a smart motherfucker. Oh yeah, Mo Gumbo, that guy's smart. He's good. So we're third place, and how many people are doing it? Like 15, 20 people? And if I would have fucking did the goddamn Packers and Lions, now I would have picked the Saints because the injuries, but the Falcons, that was one that I was, I should have been smarter with that pick. I knew the Lions were going to win that game, but I just wanted to give the Falcons that benefit of the doubt. But I knew better, especially when I have fucking 3 of Lions in fantasy. Like, why would I pick the Falcons when I know the Lions are going to win? So, but third place ain't bad, right? Do you think that you would have been worse if I wasn't helping you? Like, what's the highest that you finished in that bar prediction league? Have you ever finished in the top 3? 0-2 pitch outside. We got NXT No Mercy here with Carmelo Hayes. Oh shit! Padres secure third in the NL West. Small victories. There you go. Yeah, well, Castillo isn't our number 1. He was our number 1 last year, but he wasn't our number 1 this year. In reality, he was our number 3. Hell, sometimes number 4. Even Logan Gilbert was playing better than him. But again, Munoz, obviously we have him in right now. We miss Seawald, but I feel that Kirby, Miller, Castillo, Gilbert. But then you got to think Gilbert was 4-5, and then he ended up getting to 14, 15 wins. So essentially, you could argue Castillo maybe was our 3rd or our 4th. Name recognition, Cy Young, and all that, number 1. But production, and actually truth, he wasn't our number 1, and he never was our number 1 this year. Kirby and Miller and Gilbert were overall better, in my opinion. Now, did Castillo have some good games this year? Yes, but he had a lot of bad games too, and also a lot of our pitchers didn't have run support either. So 8. There's 8 teams that are doing it, or 8th is the highest that you finished. Thank you, Mo Gumbo. $4.26 dono for the 42-6 win. Thank you so much. We got 8 last week, and 9 was the highest. Shit, we could have had 10 last week if I wasn't an idiot. $4.20. This week might be bad though for me, bro. Like, I don't really know. There's so many bad teams playing bad teams. I really don't know what the fuck is going to happen. I really don't. All right, I gotta turn this NXT up since this Mariner game is just fucking disgusting. Well, Gumbo with a $4.26 dono, baby, for that 42-6 win back-to-back. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. The MVP is Mo Gumbo. And reflect. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 2. This NXT pay-per-view has actually been pretty fucking good. Yes, I was just about to say that. I assume there's going to be at least another person in the room that's watching this on Peacock right now, this NXT No Mercy pay-per-view. But Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin fucking stole the show at the very beginning, man. That shit was awesome. And I knew this one. Is this the last match in the pay-per-view? Maybe I should just sit here and wait for this to end. 150th range? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's much appreciated for your guys' support. Yeah. It sucks like when you have like really good pitchers that you can't trust. You know what I mean? Like, I can't trust Castillo. I can't trust Miller. I can't trust Kirby. I can't trust. The only one I can trust is fucking Logan Gilbert. That was the only guy I could trust in the last 2 months of the year because he fucking won 10 starts in a row. But the other 3 are bigger names, but I can't trust them. You've never been in the top 20, probably 30. Wow. Well, we're going to get in the fucking top 10 this year. Oh, Becky and Tiffany. That's right. That's the main event. That one's going to be good, too. Dragunov with some H-bombs. With a bloody forehead, too. Padres handed the White Sox their 100th loss. Damn. Wow, big super kick. Go Carmelo. 1, 2, 2. I highly recommend turning this pay-per-view on if you have Peacock. Because like I said, this is, one of the best matches, just like Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker was at the very beginning. And then the last match would be pretty good too. Winner last week got 9 and we got 8. Woo! Okay. NXT. I do need to go walk my dog again, even though I've walked her a couple times, so. Marlins made the playoffs. Preston's happy. If it's bad for me, it'll be bad. Yeah, that's true. Because I'm gonna have to do some research. I have to look at like grass, turf. I got to see like home and away record. I got to dig a little bit deeper. I can't just look at the teams and be like, yep, this one. I mean, there's so many like shit matchups this week. Like, does anyone honestly really can predict like the matchups that are this weekend? Oh shit. I really don't know. It's just, this is going to be the hardest week to predict, I feel. Falcons, Jags, international series, Dolphins, Bills, Broncos, Bears, Ravens, Browns, Steelers, Texans, Vikings, Panthers. You can't even do it based off name recognition because you really don't know. I'm going to have to look at the injury report too. Fuck. It's going to, and I could definitely see myself having a fucking really bad. Hopefully I can, get a couple of those sleepers too. And also the upsets. Hopefully I can get a couple of those. But I mean, normally I'm like, yep, this one. Like Seahawks are going to beat the Giants. The Chiefs are going to beat the Jets. Niners are going to beat the Cardinals. Cowboys are going to beat the Patriots. Chargers and Raiders. Chargers. Bengals and Titans. Who the fuck knows? Commanders, Eagles. Bucks, Saints. Who the fuck knows? Rams, Colts. Who the fuck knows? Vikings, Panthers. Who the fuck knows? Steelers, Titans. I could see the Texans beating the Steelers, honestly. Ravens and Browns, but should be Browns. Broncos, Bears, who the fuck knows? Dolphins, Bills, should be Dolphins, but you never know. Bills at home are tough. And Falcons, Jags, who knows? I don't know. Fields has a big game versus Denver. I don't know, man. Fields is looking like some shit. Fields hasn't looked very good. But Denver's defense is fucking bad too, just like the Bears' defense. What day is the WWE pay-per-view next weekend? Is it on a Saturday? I believe it is. I mean, but me just reading those off based on how you guys predict and we watch games, do you guys really feel confident in the matchups this weekend? Like I feel like I'm a I don't want to say fucking a pundit or an expert and whatnot, like to a certain degree with the amount of reading and film I do. But even with the amount of film and reading I do, this is tough. I don't really know. What WWE pay-per-view next weekend. It's on Saturday. What's the next main WWE pay-per-view? It's next week, right? Fastlane, right? October 7th. Fastlane in Indy, and then Survivor Series on so it is Saturday. So Preston's coming over next Saturday, and the Ducks have a bye, so we're doing Fastlane. He'll come over next weekend. I mean, I'll just read them off. But like I said, it's like you already sent it to me. But Falcons, Jags could go either way. Dolphins, Bills could go either way. Broncos, Bears, the battle of the bads. Who the fuck knows? Ravens, Browns. I would assume Browns, but if Lamar gets going to Andrews, Ravens could win. Steelers, Texans. I mean, based on popularity, most people would go Steelers, but CJ Stroud has been playing well. I could see the Texans winning that game. Vikings, Panthers. You would assume Vikings, right? Rams, Colts. I would assume Colts, but the Rams could win. Bucs, Saints, either way. Commanders, Eagles, Bengals, Titans, either way. Raiders, Chargers. Cowboys, Patriots, Cowboys. Cardinals, Niners. Chiefs, Jets, Chiefs. Seahawks, Giants, Seahawks. So I can get you about half right off the bat, but then some of the ones in the morning are tough. Like they could go either way. So, yeah, but Preston just messaged me, so he'll come over next weekend. And we'll do Fastlane together so you guys can come in and we can hang out and whatnot. So Monday Night Raw, San Jose, California. Bottom of the 8th, Texas 6, Mariners 1. We got one. What does that mean? Does that mean anything? That we got one run? Yeah. But reflect. I'm trying to help Mo Gumbo. He's doing this like betting thing at this bar that he's been doing for a long, long time. So there's like a cash prize, and he just wants to get the notoriety and the recognition if we end up doing well and whatnot. And normally I don't do this that often. I'm kind of superstitious. That's why I don't bet, myself, even though I probably could end up making thousands of dollars if I did, But also I could probably lose thousands of dollars if I bet, because then I would get like addicted to betting, and I don't want to get addicted to bad habits and whatnot. So, but as far as, reading and doing film study, if there was someone that could win, that's not betting, it is me, but I am superstitious. It's not like I'm like going to pick a winner and then, I picked this team and I'm betting now the opposite is going to happen. But that's kind of how my brain thinks, So, yeah, I hope that I can help him win the cash prize, or at least get him into the top 3. So that way everyone's like, Mo Gumbo's a genius. And I'm like, yeah, he is. So, but I'll fill out the list and send it to you here on Twitter once I do some, some research and whatnot, but I'll get it to you tonight and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. And then the Atlanta Jacksonville game, Mo Gumbo, are you still in the room? It's crossed off on the sheet. Does that mean that you guys are not doing that game? Yeah, everyone liked the stream. So your boy can get more than just chicken nuggets. I can actually get sauce and a drink and fries. But I see in the paper it's got Atlanta and Jacksonville crossed off. Does that mean I don't need to do that one? Or we're only 3 games out for the lead of the season. That's good. Yeah, hopefully we can get first place. But again, picking games straight up is tough. I'll still give you the score for that first game early in the morning. All right, I just liked it. We're at 14 now. Now, is there a reason why when the stream is over that the live chat disappears, where we can't look at that? Like I don't know if you guys can do it on your end, but when I am on my YouTube and I paid for the YouTube Premium so that way I don't have ads when I'm doing reaction videos, so that those fucking people can stop bitching and complaining, right? I can't find the live chat available when I click on the videos anymore. It's like it's not there. Is that something that they took away from live streams where you can't look at the chat to see the donos and the comments after? I don't know what's going on, but at least on my end, I can't look at the live chat anymore after a stream is over, which is weird. Hopefully we can get to like every stream that we do, hopefully will be like 20 likes or more, but it also depends on how many people are in the room too. So yeah, because I was like trying to go back and look, but like I think they took it away because like every stream that I looked at like recently, like it's not there anymore. Like sometimes people want to look at that to see like who donated and like what comments are in there. Like who the hell's gonna go to a live stream that's old if they can't look at the comments? Like I mean, I guess if you want to just listen and then you can hear the donos when they are made or whatnot, but I don't know, it's weird. But I just noticed that recently within the last week, like all of the comments in the live chat section that used to be available, they're not available anymore, which is, I don't know why the hell not, but I thought I was going crazy for a second. I'm like, where is it? Like when I look at a stream, like when I'm looking at it, it says, let's look. It says likes, share, remix, download, thanks, where people can donate afterwards, a clip, and save. But the live chat is just gone. It's not there. And then if you click on comments, you get, but it's like it's not there. Like there's and then they have top and newest, but then it's blank. So I don't know why they took it away. But correct, no London game, so I don't have to bet on that one. Well, that's good because I don't even know who the hell's winning that. Hopefully Atlanta, but I'll still give you a prediction for that game anyways, though. Oh, 6-1 Ranges. Tegan Knox. Main event. Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair 2.0. What if Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton end up getting to be a tag team, and then it's them two versus Bianca Belair and you already know who I'm talking about, the new addition, Jade Cargill, even though she's got a new name. That would be fire. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, even though if they go one-on-one against each other because they're similar, but if they tag together, like the Hollywood Blondes, going against obviously Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, woo, that would be something. I'm trying to be like the writer right now for like WWE. I'm like foreshadowing and thinking ahead. The Hollywood Blondes versus, and then you'd have to come up with a slick name for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. No, they with the live chat, it would normally was a default, and it would just automatically be available for you to click on and then open up and then look at the donos, look at the combos. So yeah, I don't think that the YouTubers had a choice to turn them on or off. They was just always available to be on because people want to be able to read the comments and look at the donos. But I don't know what's going on with YouTube now, so. Yeah, I mean, there's no point of Becky staying in NXT unless it's like for a rivalry, and whatnot, or getting the belt, so that way she can add that to her repertoire and obviously her resume. I was this champion, I was this champion, you know what I mean? I was this champion. But Tiffany is the most exciting new female that's on the scene, I feel, out of any federation right now. Especially when she wrestles like Charlotte Flair. She's athletic too. I could definitely see her and Charlotte Flair, going one-on-one, but also tagging up or having like a faction would be cool too. And then all of a sudden, and then they could bring Mandy Rose back, and then they could be the Hollywood Blondes. Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, and Mandy Rose. Ooh, little trio. But I don't think Mandy Rose is coming back to wrestling. And they turned off the emoji stuff. Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that. And too bad Mandy Rose, did the OnlyFans type shit too, because if she was still around, then we could have gotten like a Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Mandy Rose, triple threat. There's so many matches that we could have had that we're not going to ever see, more than likely, unless they bring her back. Yeah, they only brought Becky back so she could, get the championship. That's the only reason. Some people would see it as a demotion, going from Raw or SmackDown down to the NXT level. But if a belt is involved, then, that's what it's going to be. Stratton and Charlotte Flair, same vibe, same look, same move set, just a younger version. No way. What's the score? What's the score? All right, I got to go check up on Paisley real quick, and that'll determine if I stay on here for this whole match or if I got to take off. I mean, I haven't ate anything in a long time, and I need to go exercise. I've already done 2 walks a day, but I need to stick to my routine. So give me a sec here, and then I'll let you guys know. Give me like a minute or two and see. I got to check up on my baby. My baby. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, Paisley is on the couch giving me the sad eyes. So I really want to watch this match with y'all, but I'm going to just have to watch it either later or I'm just going to have to spend some time with Paisley and whatnot. So obviously the Rangers are about to beat the Mariners as well. So I assume the schedule tomorrow will be Bucks Saints or Dolphins Bills in the morning. Then I'll do reaction videos to the Saints Bucks and the Bills Dolphins and probably one other game, and then do the Chief game in the evening. Or we'll skip the Chief game and I'll just do reaction videos all night and all day and just grind it out like a crazy person. But Becky to the back. This is going to be a good match. I can't wait. There's going to be some blood spilled. It's going to be sweet. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very much. And then Mo Gumbo, I will get on this list for the games and I'll try to do my best. So I appreciate everyone that donated, commented, shared. You guys are the best. I love you and I appreciate you very, very much. And I'll be back at you guys tomorrow morning with the Bucks and Saints or the Dolphins and the Bills. Good luck in fantasy, everyone. And I love you and I appreciate you. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.